Invasion. You get it? DazCast on the Invaders channel. Yeah, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, peeps, UK Dazzer is here with episode 29, I think, or 30, if I'm not fucking other.
69.
Of the DazCast 69. Yeah, if it was episode 69, Jago, Prime will be here. You know what I mean? Anyway, Jago, baby.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Ready.
Beer. There you go.
I got one for you too. Ready.
Ready?
Beer.
Beer. You're supposed to do it at the same time, you dickhead.
I didn't want to steal your beer's thunder, man. Come on.
You're fired. Right, Jago, we'll go with you first. What have you been playing, bro? What have you been up to?
Oh man, I have a little bit of God of War, new game plus mode this weekend, which is really good. I'm enjoying it like it was the first time. I kicked the stranger's ass like it was no. Like I mopped the floor with his ass this time. That was very satisfying. And other than that, man, been playing my Street Fighter arcade 1-up machine, brother, like daily.
Yes, you had it on the hangout.
Yeah. I love it, man. Anybody talk shit about those, don't knock it till you try it.
Have you worn the joystick out yet, Jago?
Fuck no, I ain't wore my joystick out yet. That thing never gets worn out. No, man.
I'm surprised you haven't modded it yet.
Man, I'm not gonna mod this one. I may pick up like a centipede cabinet or something and mod that, but I'm not gonna mod my Street Fighter one. No. No. I'm a fighting game fan, and I'm keeping it just the way it is. So.
Nice. Nice to join us, broski. You want to make your fucking mind up?
No, I figured I had nothing better to do, so I thought I'd...
Here goes the pillar of enthusiasm right here.
Can't you tell I'm very, very excited?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're just a tone zero person all the way through anything you fucking
I'm like a bloody robot, mate.
I know you
haven't got the vodka in yet.
No,
that's on vodka.
That's on Saturday, mate. Halloween party.
Yeah. You don't need to dress up, do you, broski?
No, I'm dressing up as the Joker. I bought the purple shirt today.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. That was pretty cool, man. What have you been up to, broski?
I didn't tweet it.
No, I've seen pictures from before, haven't I? Or something similar to what you're going to...
What I'm going to dress up as, yeah.
Yeah. What have you been up to, broski? Been a while, man.
Not much, mate. What about you? Oh, I watched Halloween today, the new one.
Sweet.
It's pretty. It's not scary, but it's good. Good film.
Yeah, cool. I ain't got time for films. I'm too busy gaming, mate. Where's fucking Jago go?
It kicked me out.
Yeah, I told you he was fired. You know what I mean?
He kicked me
right,
out.
Invader, bro. How's it going, man? Cheers for hosting the show.
Hey, Daz. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for letting me invade the DazCast, you know?
Yes. What have you been up to, man? What have you been playing?
Not too much. Oh, well, I mean, as you know, I've been, like, weeding my way through We Happy Few and finally beat it a few days ago. Like, just doing some of the, like, a lot of the side missions there, like, takes up a lot of time, and it's kind of an interesting world to explore and just kind of screw around in. So yeah, finally got that done, and you know what? I think I'll be setting my sights on Forza Horizon 4 soon. I've been meaning to pick that up for a long time.
You have not played that yet? You're fired as well.
Don't you have Game Pass?
Wait, what?
You have not played Forza Horizon 4 yet?
No, I haven't picked it up yet because I really want to work on my backlog for a bit.
You're fired.
How about I just give you a beer?
Yeah, I'll fire you after the show, otherwise fucking no one will be hosting it.
All right, fine, I'll leave. See ya.
No. Oh, cool.
That was a quick show.
Yeah, man. Boomstick, Mr. Boomstick Bro, how's it going, man?
What's going on, everybody? First of all, it's awesome to be back on the DazCast. This panel is ridiculously talented, and we have a couple of newcomers in here, which is awesome. I've been playing the shit out of Assassin's Creed. I am about 120 hours deep.
Jesus.
I beat it this morning. on the main campaign, and now I'm just kind of trying to get those last achievements, do a few things. But I maxed out to level 50, and I have the best gear. And I'm gonna say this: last year, late 2017, Mooch will be able to attest to this. I declared that God of War was my game of the year for 2018, and for the entire year it was. And that has now been removed to number 2 in place of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm going to say this: there's a quest that has you fight 4 legendary bosses, and they're so big, and this could be overlooked so simply that it literally pushed it over the edge of Game of the Year. These particular 4, some of the best boss battles I've had in 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it how would you compare it compared to Origins?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's leaps and bounds better in so many ways.
That's one of my games of the generation, Origins.
Yeah, it's leaps and bounds better. The fact that there are 2 different characters that tell literally 2 different stories gives you 2 games for the price of 1, and the dialogue a la BioWare that you're used to, like playing Mass Effect, is really important. You can tell someone to screw off, and later on they can come back to try and kill you. The dialogue is important, and it's the best part of the game.
Would you say it's the best Assassin's Creed game?
Without a doubt, it's literally it is the best Assassin's Creed in the entire franchise.
I'm gonna have to get it after Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it is. But I'm gonna tell you this: it's big, and I mean it's big. There is just so much to do. Ship battles are back, which is fantastic. If you like Black Flag and you like those ship battles, they're back in a big way. You can tame animals and have them as your companions. You can fight, like when you break the law, there's like a 5-star Grand Theft Auto system where they'll send out bounty hunters for you. And if you come across some of the big, like heavy level ones that are leveled gold, you can use knockout arrows and get them on the floor, and then double tap on the left analog stick, and you can recruit them to your crew without killing them.
Nice.
Dude, there's just so much to do. Like I said, I'm 120 plus hours into it, and I could easily sink another 50 and still, I still have stuff to do.
Yeah, and you probably beaten me on the achievement board for the past, since the 28th of September, because I played nothing but Forza Horizon 4, man.
Well, I wanted to get it. This was the first Assassin's Creed I actually wanted to pick up since 3, because I'm such a huge 300 fan. Because
dude, look, I'm gonna say this.
Does it have references?
It has some of the deepest cut references. Now, Mooch is gonna appreciate this because he's an old dude like me. Back in the days,
that's nice,
not that old.
No, not that old. But
I'm only kidding.
But if you remember a famous Hollywood guy called Harryhausen, right? He made all the claymation stuff back in the days, like in the early 60s and 70s. Well, there is a nod to Jason and the Argonauts, where I actually found Jason's golden fleece armor for my character.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Nice. Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, I got goosebumps just talking about it. And I'm gonna say this, okay? I know I already said that it's the best Assassin's Creed. Okay, the opening to this game is the best opening that I have played in the last 20 years for a game.
When I heard there was a Spartan kick in it, all I could see was King Leonidas kicking that Persian dude down the well.
All I'm going to say is that the opening to this game is everything you could possibly want and imagine from a video game. I'll say that.
Wow. High praise, Boom. Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Dang. My expectations
I'm annoyed
are
that
high
I'm annoyed that I didn't buy it day one now.
Yeah.
And if you buy the gold edition, which is the $100 edition, you get Assassin's Creed 3 remastered for free.
That's the last one I played.
Can you buy that separately? Or is that
you could probably buy it separate. Yeah, the game is probably going to be sold separately, but you get the HD remaster for free if you buy the big.
You can't really moan at that.
Awesome. Right, next, for his first time on the podcast and the first time on the DazCast, I'd like to welcome the Indie Gamer, great supporter of the community, always in the YouTube chats. How's it going, bro?
It's going good, thanks, buddy. Thank you so much for having me on. I really, it's just amazing to be amongst so many great people. To be honest, it's a bit intimidating as well, but it's,
but then there's Daz. Then there's Daz.
There is.
Broski, shut the fuck up.
That's the trade-off. That's the trade-off.
No, honestly, thanks, Daz, for giving me the invite to come on and chat some games with you guys, because, I think it's going to be a good time, and there's some good games about at the moment. So, yeah, definitely. Thanks, Daz, and I much appreciate the invite.
Awesome, bro. What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon 4, trying to beat your times and failing, doing that sort of thing.
You will continue failing and failing and failing.
Yeah, it's a common thing. I think it's pretty hardcore. You're pretty hardcore, I have to admit. But yeah, Forza Horizon 4
he's on about the racing, by the way.
Yeah. You're breaking me in tonight, after all. So.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Got fast lane and everything, man.
Forza Horizon 4. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider a bit, and got taken over by Horizon when that came out. Trying to still finish off a bit of Overcooked 2 actually with the wife, when I can sort of nail it down to actually play with me. But yeah, nice, good little co-op game. I don't know if any of you guys have played that, but
I played it in real life. Indeed. So I was trying to cook with a wife before. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? The salad's fucking black.
I know that story for sure.
You know what I
mean? Definitely. Yeah, but what was I playing before that? Yeah, I think that's about it for the minute. I actually not too sure if I'm going to be picking up Red Dead at the moment, but I'm sure you'll get into that later. So I sort of got a last minute decision it, because I might go for a bit of Soul Calibur, but anyway, that's what I will be playing.
If anyone, hey,
I forgot about Soul Calibur. I need to get that.
If anyone wants to mooch, do a bit of mooching and fucking send Soul Calibur my way. You know what I mean? So I can fuck up Crispy Baby, seeing that he's challenged me out, called me out on Coffee Casuals and Consoles, the cheeky twat. You know what I mean? I'll fuck him up. Awesome. All right, cool. All right, next. For the first time on the DazCast, it's my pleasure to welcome Tin Dog. How's it going, bro?
Hey, happy to be here. Great panel. Most of the guys I know from Twitter, so it's pretty cool to actually be on a show with everyone. Really great to be here and talk what we love, video games and Xbox, and just the industry itself. For me, I've been playing Forza Horizon 4 a lot. I also have played the game called Game Pass. It's called Humans Fall Flat.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, I would recommend it. It's kind of a silly game that will make you laugh a little.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Yes, and a lot of times you get stuck. You can play it multiplayer, which I was actually playing. I have a bunch of games that I bought Call of Duty, and I've bought NBA Playgrounds and NBA 2K. It's just I've been in the process of moving, so basically what we've been doing is taking about 5 boxes to say, and I drive out east, which is 45 minutes from where I'm moving to, so I'm slowly moving. So I haven't had really the time to sit down and game like I usually get, or the free time, but I still have been playing. I have to say Forza 4 Horizon 4 is absolutely stunning. They one-upped everything that they did with 3, and I don't know what they could do for 5, but I don't think you can count them out at this point.
Well, it depends. It depends on the Scarlet, doesn't it? Because that's when 5 will come out.
Right. Yeah. Well, Scarlet and stuff like that. But overall, though. Yeah, I'm waiting to get into Red Dead this week, and I'm excited about that. So overall, it's been a pretty hectic time, but I'm happy to be here that I can make it today.
Awesome, appreciate it, bro. Yep, nice one. All right, next For the first time on the DazCast, it's my pleasure to welcome the podcast king himself, the Mooch.
I appreciate that, UK. By the way, I also would like to know, not only is this the first time on this show, it's also the longest in podcast history I've gone without talking. It's honestly been killing me. Yeah, every one of you that's made a comment, I'm like, boy, I'd love to jump in on that story. But yeah, it's great to be here. Good to see everybody in the chat. We got Ben Law, Salty, bunch of great guys here. Esky Boy, good to see some of you guys. Crazy Gamer. I'll be honest with you. I've been kind of dabbling with a couple of games, guys. I get into the Halloween spirit, you know, and the only person who really knows how much of a sucker I am for the Halloween spirit is Boomdog.
Yep.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I'm playing Until Dawn, believe it or not. And
Great game.
Good game, man.
It is. It's good, you know. And is it great? No, but it's good. And I think that it's definitely, you know, listen, it's that time you're playing a game, you have an adult beverage, you're enjoying it. It's a storytelling thing. Yeah, there's some timing on the controller, but realistically, if you grew up in that 1980s, 1990s horror flick era, calling your name, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, Salty's like, who the hell's this guy yelling? I'll be honest with you. Forza, I got Forza fever. I can't stop. I play Forza the same way I play Trials. I see all you guys on there. You're speeding by me. I'm like, I got to play the race again. I got to try and beat all these guys' times. So I'm doing that at my leisure. And then, believe it or not, I'm a sucker. I haven't been playing any kind of Call of Duty in any kind of succession, and I'm just hooked. I'm playing Blackout like it's my middle name. You know, it is what it is. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to be here, guys. There's a lot going on. There's a strategic thing that I've been doing. I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but I just felt like I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit on it until like December, January timeframe when we get that next little lull. Nice. Because here's my thing. As much as Boom did a hell of a job selling it, he's been real close to me going ahead and hitting that A button to start the game. You know, we got what? We got 4 or 5 weeks of solid time with Red Dead Redemption. So I couldn't fathom going 60, 70 hours in a role-playing game to get really excited to jump headfirst into 60 or 70 hours of a role-playing game. So, you know, I'm playing a little Battle Royale. We've got a little bit of Until Dawn, which is its own kind of flavor, and you got Forza Fever. It's the right balance for me to be able to put the controller down, get ready, and on Friday morning, before I'm on Breakfast with Boom, little plug for Boom, before I go on Breakfast with Boom, I'm going to be playing about 3-4 hours of Red Dead in the morning and just take off from there on 4 weeks. So,
well, we'll be talking about that. That's going to be a big topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's good to be on this cast with all you guys. Good to see everybody on here.
Awesome, bro.
Yes, sir. Awesome, Mooch. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, Mooch.
Right, before we get started, I'd like Boom to talk a bit about it's making strides against breast cancer. It's a great thing it's doing in the community, and all the Arthur Super Chat in his podcast go to the cause. So, Boom, the DazCast stage is yours, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I'm only going to take 5 minutes because, you know what, at the end of the day, everyone that comes here is here to talk about gaming. But, you know, it is October, and it is, you know, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And, you know, I want even though my channel is small, my wife and I wanted to do something special. And, you know, like I said, some of the people in the chat I've never seen before. So, you know what? I'm glad I get to, you know, talk to a new audience, which is great. 50% of all earnings for my channel for the entire month of October will be donated to Making Strides Against Breast Cancer. That website I'm going to be dropping in the chat in a second. I highly, if you want to get involved in your community and get involved in a walk, all you have to do is type in your zip code, and they tell you all the locations in your area where you can get involved, become a group leader, and all of the money that is donated goes directly to breast cancer awareness as well as treatments for people that can't afford it. It's a big site. I checked it out with my wife, myself. It is Better Business Bureau, you know, certified. Nice. It's supported by Avon, you know, because you got to be real careful about who you donate to, right? Because you don't want to donate to a scam. You know, there are going to be 3 shows if you want to show up in the show up and watch the show live. Right now, this year, like Mooch had made a mention of it, in the future, in future years, I'm going to have a PayPal me added to my channel. Right now, there's not there. The channel is relatively new, so I'm kind of learning on the job. So right now, it's only in the Super Chat. And there's 3 shows left for the remainder of the month that you can donate if you want to show up and listen to the show. One is going to be tomorrow afternoon. It's a new show that me and Saltiest Gaming will be doing called Gaming News at Noon with Salty and Boom. That's going to run weekly. That's going to be the first. No, I'm sorry, not tomorrow's show. What am I talking about? No. I'm sorry, I got it confused. Tomorrow is our first show, but that's not one of the shows that you can donate to. The Thursday show, which is going to be the Xbox Factor podcast, which is the 25th. The 26th, Mooch is going to be on Breakfast with Boom. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the following week on October 31st, which is Halloween, is going to be the second episode of Gaming News at Noon with Salty and Boom on my channel. We're going to be splitting hosting duties on that particular show. And any of those shows, if you donate, 50% of whatever you donate gets literally donated to charity. And the community has responded in such a great way. And I really cannot thank you and the community enough for everything that you've done for the channel. It is something, again, that my wife and I really, really felt strong about doing. I lost my dad to cancer. I only had him my dad around until I was 23. And and he was gone. It's like I said, it's been a while, and it's still hard to talk about. But my wife's mom lost a battle with breast cancer last year, and it was hard in the family. So it's something we wanted to do in honor of them. And like I said, I honestly cannot thank the community enough for the way that they responded.
Awesome thing you're doing, Boom. I lost cancer in general is just it's a terrible disease that there's no cure for any kind of cancer. I lost a cousin when I was like 13 years old. She was like 8. I lost her to bone cancer.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really applaud you for doing
I appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's tough, and you can hear it in my voice. I get choked up when I talk about the family, because it's your family, but it's what I'm proud to be doing what I'm doing, and the DazCast give me the floor, and Mooch on Crossfire giving me the floor. It's helped out a lot.
Sweet. And I do a lot of helping. I always put them links in Boom's fucking podcast. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
So, yeah. It's funny because he'll send me a DM. He'll go, "Can you put this in the chat?" Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm on it. This is why I'm the moderator of the universe.
Dad, you're a robot, bro. You're a robot.
No, I'm not. I don't do as much as I used to because I'm tarmacking now and I'm up at 6 in the morning. I cannot stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning anymore. But saying that, as of Friday, I have 2 weeks off, so I will be in everybody's fucking chat. Nice. You know what I mean?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, Broski, you'll be too busy at Tesco's doing a switcheroonie, so bollocks.
I don't break my controllers that often, only like once a month.
Every month, yeah. You know what I mean?
Once a month ain't too bad.
Right, I've got an extra topic. We'll start with that fucker. We've all heard about it. Right, Sony, at last, are allowing players to change their online ID, but there's a snag. You may lose access to content, lose your progress, trophies, and not all games are supported. To me, this is a total piss take on Sony's part. Something that Microsoft are leaps and bounds ahead of. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Invader Bro, we'll go with you first.
Well, it's amazing because, all the PlayStation fans were looking forward to this, right? For this moment where they could actually change their names, and everybody, would make fun of Sony because, you can't change your name. Haha, you guys are stuck with the same names you made 10 years ago. And now they're getting into that option, and it's like, well, okay, you can change your name, but there are side effects of it. Oh, you can't carry your trophies with you, and maybe a few games. And it's such a bummer too, because what if you platinum the game and it's you put so much effort and hard work into earning that and you can't carry it with you? It's just ridiculous. I'm kind of wondering why this is the case. Obviously, Sony's not Microsoft in this respect. Microsoft's worked hard on their back end to just make everything kind of transfer over. Like, it's just unbelievable. Like, I'm surprised I don't even hear more from Sony fans about this.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This is a big deal.
It is,
no,
yeah.
but it's true. I hear more Xbox fans talk about this than Sony fans. And if it was me, I would be really ticked off that I couldn't bring, certain games from my library with me or achievements that I've worked hard to earn. It's, it would really tick me off. Like, I just wish I heard more in the community about this. Like,
well, it's not just that, is it? It's not just that, Vader. You're losing money as well. It's like having a new gaming tag with games.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. If you can't take certain games, you spent, a considerable amount of time, amount of money and time too, right? Because time's precious to us, and we want to take that with us. So
Absolutely.
It's a real piss off.
Yeah, it's a real piss off, guys. A real piss off.
Well, I think I speak for
English
everybody.
Of you. That's very English of you.
Well, no, but I think I speak for a good portion
of
consumers. That's not a very consumer-friendly position to be in. I think you're kind of screwing over.
I think at this point, the situation, I've said this, people came to accept the fact that with PSN, you weren't going to be able to change your name. People knew that for it's been since 2009, 2008, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Point being is that was something just people took that for granted. Just like tomorrow's Wednesday, the fact you couldn't change your PSN, that's just the way it was. Now what they've done is they've come out with this option. The problem is the option, okay? Everyone we're talking about, everybody that's in the community, everybody that's on Twitter, no matter how much they are or aren't, they're all in some sort or form the know. They're in the know. They know what's happening. Yeah. But there's just people that are going to go home when this thing enters beta or the alpha stage, whatever they're going to call it, and they're going to go home and go, wow, I've been entered into this. I can't wait. I've been waiting. They're not going to read the fine print. They're not going to read the 2 pages. They don't know who Jeff Keighley is.
Nope.
They're just going to change their name from McLovin.
Yep.
To Jimmy Crack Corn, and they're going to do what they want to do. And all of a sudden, they're going to go back. They're going to pop in Bloodborne, and whoop, your info's gone, and your save's gone, or your top racing percentages in your favorite game are gone. Drive Club gone. These are all instances they're giving you. Now, these are the worst cases, but nonetheless, we're all talking about this, and we know. Yeah. So what I was saying was, this is something. If I was sitting at the boardroom, and it was presented to me at Sony Entertainment, I would have said, listen, we're already up to our neck in losing this. People just have come to the idea that they're not going to be able to change their names, or they got to reapply and they lose their trophy status. We're going to end up with a worse situation here if we allow somebody that's not in the know, doesn't read our our fine print, and see what's going on, and they're going to wipe everything, and you're going to have an absolute mess on your hands. Way worse than the fact that you couldn't change your name from McLovin. Okay, nobody cares. We're moving past it. So I think this is detrimental. I think it's a bad move. I really do. If I was Sony, before they get, even if it's the 13th hour, I would retract it and just put out a public service announcement that says something along the lines of, we have much more refining to do. We will let everybody know when we're ready to do this, but this is not the time. That is too long of a list of things that can go wrong. If it's 1 or 2 bullets and you go, well, it's less than 25%, but you may end up in that ratio. Well, that's, buy and beware or change and beware. But in this case where you have 2 pages, okay, this is ridiculous. I mean, it comes with a free monocle. I mean, there's too much risk there. I think Sony's making a big mistake. They're better off just, as Tim says it all the time, take the L on this one. They've already had it. It's not a big deal. Take the L, deal with it. This is going to be a bigger deal when you have the majority of the casuals losing game data.
It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $9.99 to not get what you want as well.
You got to pay for it too.
Right.
I think your first name change is free, right?
It's free, and if you're a PS Plus subscriber, it's $4.99, and if you're not, it's $9.99.
Well, it don't matter if it's fucking free or not. It's not going to fuck you up, isn't it?
Well, so somebody said in one of my chats, somebody on Crossfire was in the chat, and they're like, Mooch, they're like, come on, $5 on PSN, $10 on Xbox. I'm like, it's because it doesn't work. Of course it's cheaper. Like, if I give you a yo-yo that has no string, good luck. It doesn't
well, no,
work.
it is a PR. It is a PR nightmare though, because if you look at Sony's nearest competitor, Microsoft, it's like they're doing all this stuff and so much more.
They've
and
been
then
doing
Sony has to like kind of explain it.
Yeah, they've never not done
fucking
it.
yo-yo without no string. Sorry,
I mean, you actually had people actually hyping this. I mean, when it first was announced, like I had Sony fanboys be like, "Yeah, we finally got this. You can't complain, this and that." And I just find it funny that you look at some of the stuff that they say that's going to happen. If you actually read those 2 pages, you may lose access to content.
Yeah, that's terrible.
You may lose your progress within games, trophies, leaderboard data, progress. Parts of your games and applications might not function properly, both online and offline. Your previous online IDs will remain visible to other players. And there's a whole bunch of things. I can't even read the whole thing, to be honest. But once again, it's one of these situations where it should be bigger than it is, in my opinion. You do have a lot of apologists in the media, and Sony is their media darling, and this is something that they teased at PSX last year, and that was their only announcement for PSX last year. Which they canceled PSX this year, and this was supposedly their big ticketed item, and for them to put out such a shoddy, push of this it just looks bad on them, and it just goes to the fact that why I'm an Xbox fan and why I think a lot of us are Xbox fans is the quality that they push out. Obviously we know they had the game problem and everything, but when it comes to stuff like this, they are just so far and ahead above Sony. It's laughable. I mean, this is just honestly, it's just another one of those things that you just look at Sony and laugh at.
Don't it make you scratch your head, Tim Dog? It's 2018. You're wondering what the hell did Sony build their online infrastructure with? Like, did they MacGyver the shit with a bubble gum and a paper clip?
Obviously, they weren't forward thinking.
No,
and you look at a lot of stuff today, and even look at PSN. They weren't PSN now. They weren't forward thinking. When Microsoft does something, they kind of, if anything, they like, you're the beta tester for the future. They're way ahead of things and scenarios like this that come up. So this is just it's an indictment on what Sony is on the software side, which is they are leagues below Microsoft, and to be honest, this is a joke. And I think that the media and I think Sony guys, even Sony fans, should not give them a pass, and they should kind of get on them about this. This is subpar, like Mooch said. This is either scrap it or give me a product that either is going to be working and acceptable, or don't do it at all, because right now they're just throwing something out there, and I fear that they'll get away with it, but they probably will, because again, if this was Microsoft, this would be front page news, and
hell yeah,
big laughs, and everyone will be killing.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Microsoft probably would have already retracted it by now.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Microsoft probably would have had it retracted, and that's what gets me upset. Is there's a glaring double standard here, and I hope that they can at least, for the quality of their system and the quality of their network, at least push back a little, because this is little. Just read that. Anybody listening to the pod, go read the 2-page.
Yeah, I've read it. What the fucking shit?
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny when you look at the list. You ever see those drug commercials where they're like, okay, you have this particular problem, you can take the pill and it's going to help that problem, but then they read off for like 60 seconds of all the side effects.
Yeah.
Broski does that a lot.
That's exactly. That's exactly what this is. And you know how this wants that Sony themselves want, and their fan base want this tucked under the rug. Normally, a story like this will last in the mainstream media 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't you know This lasted maybe 5 days, and I have not seen one article since.
Nope.
Not one. I mean, that's how you know they want this thing buried. Because again, I'm not sure who said it. Sony is the media darling, and that listen, they earned it this generation with their marketing and their so forth, the players and all this other nonsense. And this is a perfect example of them just half cocking. You know, you could even go as far as say this is arrogance at its finest. And why would I say that? Well, because if they know that the amount of problems a particular user is going to have. Now, again, that's not guaranteed, but there have been reported problems of significant nature. Just going forward with it, just to say you did it, is a bit of arrogance. They're like, well, you know what? Our fan base is going to love us no matter what. So even if it sucks, who cares? That's the problem.
Absolutely. Indie Gamer, what's your thoughts on this?
Basically, I just think if they're not going to do it properly, I don't know why they put it out substandardly. It just
to make money.
That's probably it, I guess. But it just seems ridiculous that they would do that. It's very irresponsible, I think, of them to actually put it out that way. They surely would know what the consequences would be for some people who, you know, end up using it with, you know, without knowing what the consequences would be, because people don't read in depth, like we said earlier. Someone said that earlier. I just can't remember who it was, but it could easily go tits up. Excuse the expression.
That's very English of you, isn't
it? You bring it out in me. But it could easily go wrong for them for sure. And like we say, people don't always read the small print, and it's it just seems stupid that they've put it out in a broken way. Really, I think it's ridiculous, to be honest.
Well, to me, to a casual who probably won't even know, or to a parent that'll buy the kids it for fucking Christmas, and we'll get you a PSN and get you a new ID and that. Fair enough, they won't have it, but to another casual that has already got a PlayStation and got an ID, who don't keep up with the news, they're going to be fucked.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Jago, what do you think, man?
Let's be honest, man. It's totally ridiculous. Like everybody has been saying that if Microsoft done this, it would be all over the news for like or Twitter, or it might be on the actual news. I mean, that's how it's 2018, bro. It is. I mean, Microsoft gets like crucified for every wrong like step they take. They never get any props for anything good that they do. Sony, I mean, they can do anything they want to do, and you hear nothing. There's no news reports, you don't see it on Twitter, you don't see it hardly anywhere, because let's be honest, there's a bias out there, and I'm a video game fan first. I've been a multi-console owner. If any of you guys have ever heard, I've owned damn near all of them. I'm a video game fan first. But when you walk into GameStop and you say a multiplayer, give me Doom, just off the top of my head, give me Doom. And then I've had this happen to me. Give me Doom. And when I went and got, I asked the sales attendant to give me Doom, she automatically came back with a PlayStation copy. I was like, no, Xbox. So there's obviously a double standard there. There's it's freaking ridiculous. And Sony, let's be honest, the whole Sony PlayStation, the PlayStation is what's keeping Sony afloat. And they will do anything they want to do. And Sony fans let them get by with it. But they can do anything they want to do with a Sony brand, a PlayStation brand, and nobody calls them out on it. I
don't know what's up with you tonight, Jacob, but you sound like a fucking chipmunk.
I don't know, bro. It's ridiculous. I mean, the bias, and there is obvious bias in the video game community when it comes to Sony fans. And multiple people have said it. Most Xbox fans have multiple consoles, but there's a lot of Sony fans that only stick with Sony, and it's like they don't care. and they don't call Sony out. It's okay with them, and I don't understand that. It really gets on my damn nerves being a multi-console owner. This changing the name thing, I mean, let's be honest, it's 2018, people. This shit should have been readily available 10 years ago. Beer. This shit should have been readily available 10 years ago through Sony. I mean, how long has Microsoft been doing it? At least that long.
Exactly. I mean, it's fucking not rocket science, is it? It's a money con. You probably be able to get the full feature at an higher price.
It's a crime. It's a crime how they instituted it into their infrastructure.
Well, you're potentially losing money too, because if you're gonna, lose possibly your games, add-on, whatever apps, like
that's why I'm not
it's bollocks.
That's why I will always buy. I was started as a Sega guy. Sorry, Nintendo fans. I played Nintendo. Started on Atari 2600, like boom. But once Sega died, I went straight to Xbox, and I will be there till I die. I have Sony for VR, which their VR kind of sucks at the time, and I have Sony for their exclusive. That's it. Right. That is it.
Right, Jago. Before I go any further, Monkey Baby in the chat, you're supposed to be on the fucking podcast, you daft twat.
He said,
why are you you're a full-time member. Why are you not on the podcast?
He said he didn't get the link.
It's in the DazCast again, which you're in, you div.
I saw that earlier.
I got nothing.
Honestly, some people too busy munching on them bananas still, aren't you, Monkey Baby?
Monkeying around.
Honestly.
It's in the link, Monk. I mean, it's in the DazCast DM, bro. Come on.
For fuck's sake. Honestly, fuck it. We'll get on to the next topic anyway. Right. With X18 just around the corner, what announcements would you like to see? Like, for example, new exclusives, new hardware, studio acquisitions, etc.
I want to see a Crackdown beta. I want them to release it like that night.
There's a demo, isn't there?
No, I know there's a demo, but I'd like to see a beta, like an open beta.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do that. That's smart.
That's a good idea.
That'd be a good way to bring more interest into it, because I think quite a few people have forgotten about it now.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that was the topic for earlier, but we might as well squeeze that into it as well. Do you think the hype has been lost as well since it announced since the 2014? You know what I mean? Bit of a piss take, really. But if they're going to get the game right, you know what I mean? I know it's a bit of a wait, but you know,
they shouldn't have even announced it till like last year.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, we've waited that long. There's that more other games coming out. Do we really care?
I mean, Anthem's coming out in February as well.
Anthem!
So I'm probably, to be honest,
I knew it shouted. Told you not to deafen me.
I'm going to have Game Pass, so I'm not going to have to choose. But if I had to choose, I'd choose Anthem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Sal.
Awesome.
Plus, I mean, there's rumors that the multiplayer. I mean, apparently there's the rumors that are the buildings aren't all destructible now.
I don't give a shit at this point.
I mean, that's but that's what they were hyping it.
I know the multiplayer, like 100% destruction. At this point, dude, just bring the damn game out.
They are doing, Jago. Don't worry about it. But the topic is, what would you like? Apart from that, what would you like to see at XO? You know what I mean? Moochie Baby, what would you like to see?
Myself personally, I just want to see. I want to see anything. I want to see something. Show me. At this point, CGI is exciting. It is. I mean,
that's actually true.
I've heard you say that, Mooch, and I do agree with you. Show me something.
They just acquired 5 new studios. I'm trying to be realistic here. Okay, they're probably going to announce Obsidian. That's fine. You can't expect that they announce it in June. I understand these guys have probably been working on something for maybe a year. Some of them maybe a year and a half. But you can clearly see the initiative is just picking people up day to day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, possibly Ninja Theory had maybe a year under their belt of whatever they're working, a year and a half. They're a small team, just got picked up. Compulsion just put out We Happy Few like 3 days before they announced that they were acquired. So they're fresh. They're just getting started on a new project. Here's my point. I'm not trying to overhype XO. I'm not. I'm just trying to say that what Microsoft needs to do while they have the entire stage to themselves with no PSX being shown is they at the very least have to show us a CGI of Fable or whatever it is they're working on. I'm not going to tell them. I'm not telling them. Here's the thing. It's not what I'm expecting. It's what I'm kind of like. It's what they have to do. They have to show something at this point.
The need-to-do list.
Yeah. Listen, a lot of people are like, well, they got burned on this and they got burned on that. That was different. Okay. Scalebound was not their studio. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is Phil watching over. He's got his own people handpicked watching these folks. Now you got to put your big boy pants on and you got to show a video game. Sorry, guys, you can't wait until like 3 weeks from now we're gonna have Fable. No, we can't wait that long. Listen, 3 years ago at PSX they showed Joel kicking a peach over to Ellie and she's playing the guitar. People are still clapping in that auditorium right now. There's like there's one guy, he's got blisters everywhere. He's just like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
There's people at this past year's E3 still watching that trailer, Mooch.
That's what I'm trying to say. So when people are like, well, Mooch, no, they have to wait. They gotta wait till they get to like 18 months or 12 months. No. If that's what you're doing, you know what you're telling me? You have absolutely no faith in your staff.
Yep.
You have absolutely no faith in your staff. It doesn't listen, you've got 6 studios with Obsidian, okay?
Yep.
If 1 or 2 don't come to fruition, so be it. Show the games. Show a CGI. If you got a 5-minute clip of the actual game, better yet. But I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not saying I got to see gameplay. No, I don't.
No.
I don't have to see gameplay. I have to see what the creative genius is coming from these developers that you must have saw. They had to present something to you. You can't just go to Microsoft and be like, we got something really cool, Phil. Okay, well, what is it? Really fucking cool. It's a free donut. You got to show me something. So they must have showed him something. They must have showed him a CGI. They must have showed him what they've got envisioned. Talk to it. Talk about it. We had these guys come on from The Walking Dead, the not the Telltale series, but the other one,
Overkill one,
right? Yeah,
Overkill.
They came on, and I'm excited for that because I'm a zombie.
Hell yes, sir.
He came on there. I didn't know what he was talking about. And we could barely understand his English. They had him come on inside Xbox for like about 25 minutes. That was
I watched that.
Yeah, you know what? Have Ninja Theory come out there. Have that great actress that came out that was the star of Hellblade. Have her come out there and at the very least explain. Even if you have a very like a 1-minute CGI, explain the path of the protagonist and what the mission is and what the world is you're creating, and you're going to see people's eyes open and jaws drop. That's what you got to do. You've got to get this hype in the Xbox community. You have to get people that have went out and bought PlayStation 4s this generation to get excited to say, you know what? Now with the holiday and these deals coming out, maybe it's time I did go buy an Xbox and expand my portfolio in my own house. That's how you do it. So I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not asking for the stars in the sky. I'm just asking for a CGI and have the developers come out that you've newly acquired and tell us what their vision is. They have to have had one to get purchased.
It don't even have to be a CGI. It could be how they revealed. What was it?
It don't have to be what, Jago?
Well, it's got to be something. We're starting to sound like Costanza when he was like, "It's a show about nothing." I'll be happy about something.
It don't even have to be. It don't have to be a CGI. It has to be.
You said she-I.
CGI. It doesn't have to be a CGI. It could be how they introduced, what was it, Metroid 4? Just a little flash, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You're not having Phil fly all the way from Seattle down to another country just to get out there and be like, just a picture comes up and then he's like, good night, everybody. I mean, you need to do that.
I agree.
I think we're getting crazy, but they're gonna have a stacked lineup. They're gonna announce acquisitions. They're gonna Obsidian is gonna be announced. I mean,
I heard
a huge announcement.
Yeah, I heard that they could announce as many as 3 acquisitions.
I heard that too.
Yes.
I heard that they could have Banjo there. I heard that they could have. They're definitely gonna have new games. I think. Mooch, I know that you're busting at the belt. You're ready to start showing.
Well, we got to see something, Tim.
It's gonna
2014.
Right? No, I agree, but you're gonna see something at this show for sure, right. And you're gonna Xbox is gonna be insane next year at E3.
I agree.
So
I agree. And listen, I'm
are gonna start to fall. and this is going to be the start of it. They're going to have a real good
I
show.
agree. Listen, by the way, I completely back what Tim's saying, and I'm coming off excitable, Tim. But realistically, the thing about it is that
games.
We've got to see something, and I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not even saying.
I think you're going to see Fable. I think you're going to see Fable.
I do too.
Definitely.
So
I think they're in a much stronger
it doesn't
position.
even have to be like they could easily just do what Bethesda did with Elder Scrolls 6.
Yes,
I'd just be happy with that. I don't need a release date or anything.
The crowd would literally faint. I'm going to say this. I mean, I know I've spoken about this on the Xbox Factor numerous times, but I'm going to say it again. Okay, there's a couple of things you have to take into account here. First and foremost, the last XO event was XO10. All right, so it was 8 years ago. Microsoft and I said this, and I had a lot of people. I had a lot of ponies out there, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody, because there are Sony gamers and their ponies, just like there are Xbox and there are Xbox gamers. They've ruined the community. Well, I have been challenged numerous times on Twitter when I said the relevance of PSX being canceled was known about weeks and weeks before it was. Okay. And, Mooch, you can attest to this. Phil, they don't know the secrets, but Sony knows what Microsoft is doing, and Microsoft knows what Sony is doing. Okay. Right. And if you don't think that, then you are thinking very small. These people at the end of the day are friends. They probably go to dinner dinner at each other's houses that no one knows about.
It used to be wife swap, now it's console swap.
Yeah, it's console swap. You play a Sony and Yoshida play an Xbox. Yeah, here we go. No, but to be honest, so to say that you have to, again, I'm not a person. I believe in facts. I don't believe in again, take into account what I'm saying. Phil Spencer showing up on Inside Xbox unannounced pretty much was a big deal. Yep. And he did two things that are important, that have relevance behind it. And because he has a very good poker face.
Yeah, he does.
He said first party will lead the charge at the XO18 event, right? So right there, that first party is going to be big. Yep. And we're done with first-party games for 2018 with Forza Horizon 4. Then he said they're going to show big support from their third-party partners, which is where we get the Splinter Cell rumor from, and a few other ones that have been talked about. And Mooch just said it. Phil Spencer, if there wasn't relevance to this event, would not fly to another country, be there. Everyone is going to be there from Microsoft that needs to be there. And they have this. This is the important fact. The world's stage is theirs. All eyes. You got to remember this. All media, gaming eyes are going to be on this conference. And in the past, they have made giant announcements. I'm not just talking about the Rare and XO02. I'm talking about game release, game where they just unveil games, bomb after bomb after bomb. I'm expecting, and you know what? If I'm let down, then so be it. But the hype level for me personally it's sitting at 14.
Trust me. Boom. I am right there with you and Mooch. I agree with you. I agree with Mooch. Salty, I heard the what was it? I don't remember what podcast it was. It might have been Crossfire. But Salty was on it. He was being really conservative. Shout out to Salty. I mean, I was part of his crew at one time, but I honestly think he's being really way too conservative. I understand where he's coming from, but
I understand where he's coming from as well, because I'm trying to be conservative.
But you got to. But
I'm trying to be Labour.
They didn't bring this back to show us like, hey, we acquired 2 more studios, and here's the shit you already know about. No, they did not do that. No, there's no way. There's something big that we don't know about.
I think Crackdown 3 is going to be a huge part of the show.
I mean, they've already confirmed that it is.
And Crackdown's going to be there, but I don't even think they did that. It's not for that. There's something huge that we don't know about.
You think it's going to be as big as E3?
Honestly, my opinion, yes, I do. I think it's going to be, because Phil said at E3, he said we're holding back stuff to a later date. He was alluding to this that we didn't know about yet. Now we know. And
I mean, realistically, but this is what Tim was talking about. Now I'm gonna play Tim Dog here for a second. Like, I don't think it's gonna be on the caliber of E3. The only reason I say is E3 is the largest stage.
Well, yeah, but
in the world for this particular business.
Well, it is, yeah. Every other stage is catch up or just
right. But the thing about this one here, though, is that they have to show. I said that they have to show something. They're not gonna. It's the E3. You show everything.
Well, I mean, The Last of Us 2 was showed at PSX, right? Revealed.
Yes.
I don't want to just see Banjo and be like, thank you, everybody.
No,
like,
Banjo.
I'm not going to cut it, you know?
Yeah, well, I think you're going to get Banjo, but how long have we been asking for Banjo? I do think you might get Banjo.
Years.
You're going to get Fable.
Yep.
Fable's
4, a good one.
And that one's going to look real good. You might get another game. I think what you're going to get here is pretty much half of an E3, which is what Xbox put out this E3 when they obliterated the competition. You know, you had 5 studios. You probably get 2 to 3 studios here. And one of those studios is going to be Obsidian, which is huge.
Yes.
Obsidian is supposedly going to be more than a 200 man team, and they're going to be working on 2 games. You might get some keyboard and mouse stuff. You might get Gears Tactics announced for Xbox One.
We're going to get that Battletoads, yo.
Yeah, but like Age of Empires is also rumored. So
Ori Will and Wisps as well.
Yeah, Ori. You're gonna get Ori. So you're gonna have a great show. But moving forward from this is going to be them to give them momentum. That E3 next year, I mean, I think that's going to be a real time where they can really start to flex their muscles. Now they're going to flex their muscles here, but again, it's still part of like the rebuilding process in a way because they're going to have time for these acquisitions. And supposedly they're not done. You know, they might have Playful and they might have Banjo. They'll have Obsidian for sure. And then they'll have the games that we said. I mean, let's be honest. That's a really solid show for a show that nobody was expecting. You know what I mean? After E3, everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna have to wait till E3." Well, that's not the case. And I think that this XO is going to be every year. So not only are we going to have we added another thing for Xbox within the year that we've all been asking for. Let's be honest. We all asked for this. We wanted our own PSX. Now we got it. Meanwhile, PSX has been canceled, and there's no date in sight with that. So all the things are pointing up right now. I just think that what Mooch is saying, and I get it, it's just he wants to show the guns now. He wants to say, hey, you know, do what Sony did, because what Sony did was basically they put all their cards on the table in 2016, and you know what? It paid off.
Yeah.
For Xbox, I don't know if you could do that because you don't have the media behind you. You don't have certain things that you know people will just nitpick it and go crazy about it. I mean, you weren't allowed to say all your games were 2003 years away when that happened. Everyone just everyone unveiled the champion, but Xbox doesn't get the same treatment. We all know that, so they have to be a little bit more. They have to go about it with a little more trepidation, but I do think that we're going to all be very happy after November 10th.
I agree.
I think
Phil's pumped. So
I think for it to be a success, it needs to make the fans happy to wait for next E3.
Well, there's one thing that a lot of people don't. When you're watching that E3 and you're getting that hype, you're like, "Holy shit! They acquired this studio. They acquired that studio. They acquired this studio." The ink wasn't still wet. They acquired those studios probably way before E3. The inner workings were already. It was being
obviously, there's been a lot of fucking talkings before.
Yeah, months and months beforehand, because buying another company, it takes time, lots of paperwork, and these studios weren't sitting on their ass with a thumb up their ass doing nothing. I mean, Ninja Theory didn't want, after Hellblade came out, they were like, "Oh well, we're not making anything now. Microsoft buy us." No. I mean, there was already shit in the work. So a lot of people like, Xbox, you got no games. Oh, you just bought Ninja Theory. Oh, well, yes, we just bought Ninja Theory and they're starting on something now. No, the fuck they won't. They were probably working on something in the background while they were working on Hellblade. And then Microsoft was acquiring them at the time, in the meantime, and it just became their property. And Microsoft's like, here, use our assets, or use our assets, whatever, our money.
Hey, hold on, Jago, baby. Hey, Monkey Baby. Nice to see you stop munching on your fucking bananas and joining the actual podcast you're supposed to be on.
I had to send him the link.
Oh, yeah, you didn't give me the link. Don't give me that crap.
It was in the DazCast fucking DM, you div.
Yeah, I mean nothing.
You know, what you're a part of.
I was eating my bananas.
Oh, God.
Monkey Baby, seeing that you've been listening, what's your opinion on this? Come on, I'm not doing intros and shit again. Fuck that. Come on.
Just tell me what you guys are talking about.
We need to restart the whole show now.
You talking about E3? Or are you talking about Pat?
No, we're not talking about E3, you daft cunt. Honestly, man. Jesus Christ. XO18, you numpty.
What do you think they're going to bring, huh? That's what you want me to ask about?
Yes. Welcome to the show.
I want them to bring a Crackdown already, finally. We've been waiting too long for that game, and I think they're going to do something like everybody's been predicting. I think they're going to bring something, because I know they had XO a long time ago, but I think it was 2010, and
I like that monkey. Everyone's predicting they're going to bring something.
They're going to bring Fable. I think they're going to bring Fable from Playgrounds. They're going to hopefully bring Crackdown, finally show that, cloud destruction, whatever it's called. Maybe some new acquisitions, new studios, man. I mean, I know they ain't done. Phil's been talking about it a lot. He's been really adamant on what he's going to be doing. He said he hasn't done what he's doing, so I know he's going to do more stuff at XO.
The problem is,
I wish they brought it out more places. A wider audience.
The problem with predicting about game conferences is that not every prediction is correct, so we're going to be disappointed to some extent.
Well,
so, whenever we do like E3 predictions, like 2-3 years ago, we always predict they're going to show games, they're going to show really big games, and they rarely have.
Yeah, why wasn't that shown? Why wasn't this shown? Yeah.
So this is why I'm trying not to hype myself up so much, because if you don't hype yourself up, it can't be a bad show.
Yeah,
don't try that on a first date, broski. That's different. Anyway, fuck it, we've exhausted that topic. Right, as mentioned in the last topic, new Banjo rumours are flying around. If true, who's excited for it? And me. I know you are, Invader, baby.
All I've heard from Xbox fans for the last 4 years was Banjo.
I think
we want Conquer better. I think we want Conquer more than Banjo.
Oh, you monkey baby! Shut the fuck up! You just joined the podcast. You're not allowed to talk yet.
People have been they wanted Conquer too, so he is correct in that. But for me, I'll take this for the start. Because I was speaking about it. I do think it's real, and I think that I heard it's being worked on. So that's some of the stuff that I've heard through the grapevine. But this has been something that everyone has been everyone's been asking for. Now the game might not be for me, a mooch. I gotta admit. Yeah. But I have to say that I'm okay with Xbox making games. Not just strictly for my taste. I realize that people want the, lovable character, Banjo platformer,
Super Lucky style.
Right. There's going to be that thing. But I think Banjo has a lot of potential, and I heard it's real, like I said, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I agree with Tim. I mean, definitely not my bag. By no means do I want.
Not my bag, baby.
It's just not. I mean, you guys know this, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the investors and everybody looks and they say, okay, Crash did well. Spyro's going to do well this fall. They have a beloved character that they love. They're going to make money on it. There's going to be, like Tim said, there's a lot of people been asking for it. Now, personally. Yeah, I don't want. To me, that I think it's great filler. That's what I say. These are 2-hour shows. You got to have filler, right?
Yes, you do.
So it's either you. I would much rather find out that a Banjo game is being remade from the ground up and coming out for us than to listen to Jeff Rubenstein for 20 extra minutes. So, okay. Yeah. Who the hell's doing these guys' wardrobe? Holy shit.
It is bad, but I'm going to say this more. I just want to add to what Mooch is saying. You see, you got to look at it from a strategic point of view. And I have heard this on a good source, that on one of the upcoming directs right before Smash Brothers Ultimate is released, Banjo-Kazooie is going to be announced as a playable character. Nintendo has been working hand in hand with Microsoft. Phil has gone over to Japan several times, and we know that they have met with they've met with people from Nintendo. Obviously, they were doing this whole big cross-play Kumbaya thing, and there's from a strategic point of view, you go out there on November 10th and you say, yes, Banjo-Kazooie is back in a big way. It's Banjo 3, or it's the 20th anniversary that we've heard rumors about. They're redoing the original. I don't care either way because I want a Banjo game. I'm a big fan. And then you follow that up with a Nintendo Direct somewhere at the middle of November, probably right before Thanksgiving. You say, Nintendo's biggest one coming up for the fall is going to be obviously Smash Brothers Ultimate, which is going to
Super Smash the Princess. Yes.
Yeah. It's going to sell millions and millions. I mean, it might even break 10 million copies in December. It's that big of a game. And then you kind of bookend it. You tell the world at XO, it's a big event, it's an Xbox only event, that a new Banjo's coming. And then a few weeks later, Nintendo comes out and says, "Yeah, listen, here we go. We're doing a direct, which they already said they were doing, and it's going to be a Smash Brothers based direct." There has been rumors that Banjo-Kazooie would show up, so that would be a great way to end the year, not only with for Xbox, but to get the Banjo-Kazooie hype train and possibly get those Nintendo Switch owners to buy an Xbox.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you look at, for example, there's even been little hints dropped by rare devs. Like there was one rare dev, what was it, dropping an Easter egg in his little profile about working about Banjo-Kazooie 3 or whatever it may be. And even like, there's all these little things over the past couple of months, like having this toy company work on a new Banjo Conquer toys. Why would they bring them up all of a sudden? And it was leaked earlier in the year about a possible Banjo 20th anniversary, which could very well be a thing. It is the 20th anniversary this year, and the year's not over yet. So, what better time than to do it at this Xbox event, right?
Right. And
as long as it's not a remake of Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, no, it's
better graphics.
Well, no, but they'd be smart to capitalize too on the whole like renaissance of platforming games. Again, you look at what Crash was doing. Spyro's coming out in a few weeks as well. Obviously, Activision's realizing that nostalgia is one heck of a drug.
Hell of a drug.
I won't take that, Mooch. Sticking your shit.
Get that man a T-shirt.
Well, speaking about T-shirts, even like Rare, like a few months ago, they had on their Twitter, they were promoting like a cross brand thing between like Sea of Thieves and Banjo-Kazooie, saying that we can't promise you a game just yet, but they have like all these little tidbits dropping here and there, and I'm just thinking that could lead to something. I'm thinking where there's smoke, there's fire, and it could definitely be a thing. And there are a lot of people that would love to see a Banjo game, myself included, because it's just that much of a fun platformer. I don't think it'll be a Banjo 3. I have a feeling it's going to be a full-on remake of the original.
That'd be great. I'll take it.
Yeah, but no, I think there's a lot of value to Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, a lot of people know the name; it's recognizable, especially to Nintendo fans, of course, Xbox, and no, it's a big series. And like everybody was saying, I think it would be smart to include them in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
It would have the appeal for the nostalgia as well as like the younger generation, so it could do well.
But they need to cover all their bases too. Like, sure, they're strong on the shooter front, third-person shooter, and the racer, but they got to cover themselves. I mean, Phil Spencer is all about diversifying his portfolio, and you know, he doesn't just want to rely on the tried and true. He wants to branch off into other aspects, and they have this massive, okay, maybe not massive, but they have like a wealth in their gaming portfolio. Of course, they want to bring back Banjo. I mean, I know Nuts and Bolts didn't exactly set the world on fire, but it was a pretty cool game, I thought personally, and maybe it was a bit mismanaged. But they could definitely bring back Banjo-Kazooie, I think, especially with a remake of the original that did so well.
I'll be honest with you, Invader, bro. I booted up Nuts and Bolts fucking ages ago, and I thought, this is shit, and turned it off.
Well, you know what? They relied.
They relied too much, didn't they? Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Just they relied too much on the actual vehicle mechanics. They never should have had.
There wasn't no vehicle mechanics. It was all over the fucking joint.
Yeah. It was completely different to the other two games.
Yeah.
They should have just made a whole new IP out of it. Don't call it Banjo, because it had nothing to do with the other games.
Yeah, it's called Minecraft.
I'm kind of with Mooch on this one. It's not my bag, you know, but options and the more games we get on the Xbox platform is always a bonus, man. I mean, it's
absolutely
yeah. And it's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of, don't forget mooching. The mooching. If anyone wants to donate me Soul Calibur 6, yeah.
Hashtag mooching.
Well, listen, if you guys are not in the mood to punch your controllers for a few hours, the other game that I'm wondering if you guys want to talk about real quick, and it's just the buzz is huge right now. It's live on Xbox One right now. They have the beta exclusive rights for the first week. Is Fallout 76. I mean, listen, I got news for you guys. I was telling you before the show, it's a good chance I'm getting my hands on this game probably tomorrow, which I know that the hours are odd for this beta. And, you know, I hate betas, to be honest with you. I can't stand them. But
they take up too much hard drive space, Mooch.
What's that?
They take up too much hard drive space.
Well, not just that. Let's be honest, though. Okay, the problem I got with it is that it kind of ruins the experience more times than not. But because this game is going to allow you to enter the world and then kind of take off, and you get to keep everything you've done through the beta, you know, realistically, this is one of those games where a lot like Destiny, okay, if you're not there for the beginning of the show, then people are like, I bought Destiny 3 weeks after it launched, and it's just not for me. People are way ahead of me. Who makes a game like that? You can't jump into Destiny. You can't jump into Fallout, 6-7 weeks after everybody else has already got a crew and a base and materials built. You've got to be in there from the ground up. Do you have to be there day one? No, but I recommend day 8. You might want to show up. So, you know, you can't show up like month 8 and be like, this game blows. They didn't wait for me. No, they didn't. So I think that this is one of those things where it's almost you got to shit or get off the pot. And I'm just interested. I'm doing a poll. I'm seeing who's interested. I'm asking people right now, anybody on Twitter, you know, send pictures, opinions, because I'm excited because I never got into Fallout really, but the Fallout world, it looks amazing. It looks like something you want to get lost in with that nuclear fallout and all that cool stuff. I like the shooting mechanism that they have on there where you I believe in the game you hit RB and you can lock freeze on the enemy and different parts of them and their weakest areas come up and highlight. It's a different type of dynamic. I like that. I like what they've created. I love Bethesda. I do. I don't know. For some reason, I think their creative genius, it never stops flowing. It doesn't mean that they put out the crispest game. You know, sometimes they have their problems, they have their hiccups, their errors. They're always thinking outside the box. I like this idea, and I hope this thing continues to build. I hope Fallout 76 doesn't just kind of crash and burn because Red Dead came out, and then people are still playing Assassin's Creed.
I can't believe you don't. I can't believe you don't like betas, Moot. Holy shit!
No, I don't like betas.
It's not free. We're not all about the free shit, Jago.
No, my boy. Shout out to my boy Diego Kazama on Twitter. He gave me the Jump Force beta code, and I wasn't really. I saw it at E3, and I wasn't really hyped for it. But he gave me gave me a code for the beta. I played it, and holy shit, it's got me wanting to fucking buy it now. I mean,
if it was called Fallout 69, every fucker would buy it, wouldn't it?
No, I am a big fan of betas. You know, I was there on the original Titanfall. You could only level up to like level 14. I was already interested in Titanfall. Then I got the beta. I was invited to the beta, and I was like, holy shit, I am down with this game.
I fucked some peeps up on that when that came out.
Yeah, I love betas. I mean, if you could get into a beta, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, I mean, we all remember, or we're older. I'm 41. I think Moochie's she's right there behind me. I know Boomstick. Most of us are same age. We remember demos. You could buy a magazine like a Game Informer or something back in the day that came with a demo disc. And
Games Master.
Games Master or Game Pro or something, and you got the demo disc, and it allowed you to play the game, and you weren't really interested in it, but you got to play the demo on the demo disc, and that's what sold you. If you played the game, the demo, and you enjoyed it, you went out and bought it. So come on, Mooch, you're not down with betas.
Betas suck.
As you're not into it because there's no achievements.
There is a difference between beta and demo, though. To be fair,
yes, but if we don't have demos no more. They don't do the whole disc in a magazine because we all know everything's going breaking digital. There's no before too long. Let's be honest, physical publications are going to go away.
Beta equals demo equals full game.
Just wait for the game to come out and then play it.
Yeah.
Like, I am hyped. I've already been put in with BioWare to get the Anthem beta. I'm going to be there day one, Anthem beta, and I will put it on Twitter. I'm in Anthem!
Fuck's sake, Jacob, do you have to do it like that? Every time you fucking deafen me, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel when you fucking talk.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You didn't have to fucking join a podcast, did you? No. Oh, I won't be on this week's show, and here you are.
He does pop in.
No. It's just my excitement. I'm sorry. I'll tone it down.
Beautiful.
Right, awesome. Right, let's get on to the next topic. Who's played Left 4 Dead or fucking Half-Life 2? Because there's now an enhanced version out. Are you excited for this shit? If you've not played it, are you going to try it? Or what? Indie Gamer, have you played Half-Life 2?
I haven't actually. No, I know how well known it is to be an amazing game.
Greatest zombie ever.
It just never appealed to me. It looks back in the day, it did appeal to me back then, but
Half-Life 2 on PC, Indie Gamer, baby.
That's the problem. I think it looked quite sterile. Sort of. It didn't look, colourful.
Sterile. I had a fucking tip-top fucking PC. It was the dog's bollocks, mate. It was fucking awesome.
Now.
I'll let you speak now. Go on.
That's all good. It's all good. I haven't actually played it, my man, but yeah, I don't know. There's too many other games around at the moment to be diving backwards. Really, so I'm thinking it's gonna get left really. But yeah, no, sorry, I can't.
Left 4 Dead. It's gonna get Left 4 Dead.
It's gonna get left. Wink, wink.
I mean, I think when it comes
to that,
though, Daz, you got to stop and think about it for a second. Like this is what's interesting about it. I like that Xbox gives us the option to have our old games come with us. That's something you're entitled to. You purchased it, you have it. Why is it because the next generation comes, you shouldn't have it? However, the other side of the coin is we're all sitting here telling you that we can't fit any more sand into the hourglass. So we're running out of time with the games that are coming now. And now with the way consoles are coming out, there is no generational end and a beginning. It's going to be it's just going to be a seamless move forward, meaning that games and you will never ever, the devs, they don't have to stop their cycle. Games will always continue to work on the current generation and then just look better with the upgrades that come out. All of this that I'm saying is, whenever you see that these games come out and back compat, it's a great opportunity for everybody to run to their closets. They go grab their green cases. They make sure they get their thumb in a selfie. They take a picture on Twitter with their thumb. And
guilty.
I love those celebrity YouTube thumbs and those Twitter thumbs. They're all out there. They're holding their case. They're like, I've got this too.
There a few times.
I kept this game in my sock drawer. I was waiting for this to come back. And then what do? They pop it in. They play it for about an hour. They're like, oh, my God, now I remember why I was excited for 2007 to go away. And then back to today.
For me, it's a bit different, though, because it's like certain games, like Half-Life and shit, I played the fuck out of on the PC, yeah?
Right.
And it looked like fucking goddamn good on the PC at the time. And I played it on the 360, and it looked absolute garbage compared to the PC, what I played on at the time. But now it's been enhanced, it's one game that I'm a fan of, like Unreal Tournament or anything like that. You know, I like how I want to see what it looks like in 4K.
Yeah, but I mean, let's keep in mind though, Daz, Charlie Chaplin looked like a Star Wars movie in the 20s. Okay,
I suppose, yeah.
Like, I don't mind going back. It's like looking at old photos, right? You look at old photo albums and look, think about this for a second. All of a sudden, let me fast forward you guys up to Thanksgiving. And you're sitting there at Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden your grandmother, your grandfather, your uncle, your aunt says, come on over here. Sit down with me for a second. I want to show you these pictures from the 70s. You're like, oh, that's neat. I'm glad you have them. I don't ever want to get rid of these pictures, but I don't feel like sitting on the couch for 3 hours and going down memory lane. It was great when you were there, but we're moving on. And it's like, I feel like with all these games that are coming out and there's no end in sight, it's not like you go, well, Mooch, listen, you don't understand. We're going to come to another point where we're going to have a drought. No, we're not. We're not. We're all using x86 architecture. We're not going to have that lull anymore. Like we had in this generation where we had 2 years of remasters. We're not going to have that. So don't get me wrong. Let me rephrase because people hear me when I go on a rant and then they're like, come on, Mooch.
Why is Mooch yelling?
I bought that game. And why is this guy yelling? But realistically,
right?
Yeah,
there you go.
You're entitled to your games, folks, but the overexcitement for old games has got to, that's why sometimes I like to just splash a little water on everybody. And they're like, whoa. I just kind of wake up a little bit and be like, I loved Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Loved them. I played them like the way Daz was just talking about how he played Half-Life. I get it. I totally get it. But I can't sit here and tell you that I'm not going to play Blackout, and I'm not going to play Forza 4, and I'm not going to play Until Dawn, and I'm not going to play Assassin's Creed, and I'm not going to play Red Dead because I can't wait to get the Left 4 Dead 2 in 4K. I'd be lying to you, and you're lying to yourselves. Thank you.
I'm going to make a quick prediction. Left 4 Dead 3 gets announced at XO18 as an Xbox exclusive.
No, it won't.
Never.
Boom, that's not happening.
Stop me,
There's a better chance of Shadow the Tomb Raider entering next month's Game Pass.
That is
there's also a better chance of me getting sex when I go
wrong on this one.
Gabe Newell's going to come on stage and announce Valve's Left 4 Dead 3.
We'll see. I mean, listen, you know what? I'm going to say this. Mooch, you're right about the old games. But there is something to be said about over 500 Xbox 360 games being available to play, most of which do have some sort of
boom, they belong to you. You bought them, and why shouldn't you have the right to play them?
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. And again, it's when you talk about these things, it goes into the whole list war shenanigans. My box does this, and yours doesn't do this, and regardless of whether the Sony fans will ever publicly or even privately admit this, they wish they had that service as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely, Boom.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, again, you have to look at what Microsoft has done, and you can honestly say, it's first of all, it's never been done before. And obviously Microsoft is probably going to be the only one doing it. You've heard rumors that the next Sony is you're going to be able to play everything on there except for PS3 or whatever. We'll see. But the fact that you could logistically in 2018 play 3 generations of Xbox games on one particular piece of hardware with simply just fear, but simply just putting the disc in. It's a big deal. It is a big deal, and I do agree with you, Mooch. I know some people make the bigger deal than others about the old games, but if you recall, maybe just about a week ago, there was a big hubbub on Twitter about how Microsoft had abandoned backwards compatibility, right? That was like a big thing, right? Everyone was talking about it, and in that time span, they announced the Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 collection, the Left 4 Dead 1, 2, Portal, and the Orange Box. And there was another pair of titles that they announced. It's a big deal.
I agree.
Hey, do you know, Boom? I picked up the Orange Box for $5.
$5. Yeah,
bargain.
$5.
Nice to you to join us, Monkey Baby. You're always in space when you fucking talk, but there you go.
Does it surprise anybody that Microsoft is doing like OG to 360 back compat? I mean, it's their pedigree. I mean, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Jago, I'll tell you something about OG Xbox, yeah? Right,
Yep.
you know I'm an achievement whore, yeah?
Yeah, your biggest achievement whore,
Yeah.
I know.
Two accounts.
Yeah.
Two achievements.
360 games, yeah, like Mooch says, I'll play for about an hour, unless I really love the game, like Half-Life or something, yeah? When it comes to BC, OG BC games, I'm not bothered. I'll fucking play him like Panzer Dragoon or something because that was one of my favourites for a YouTube vid. Apart from that, I won't bother with it.
Oh no, I mean me neither. Unless it's, I mean, I'm really a big fan of it, but I mean, you don't see that on the Sony side because they were not forward thinking. I mean, it was like a disconnect from PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, especially PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 with the cell architecture. I mean, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that. And then PlayStation 4, it's like a disconnect. And Microsoft, it's kind of like they always kind of planned this. And it's just their pedigree. And options, at least with Microsoft, you got the option. At least with Microsoft, you got the option.
Yeah, it's options. It don't really fucking matter, does it? It's like if you get a kid a fucking console for Christmas, fuck me, there's all your games.
I mean, I'm not huge on the OG games. I got my OG Xbox. Don't mean I boot it up every fucking day. No.
It just makes you not have to boot up them all the time. They're all in one little machine.
But at least there's the option. You don't have to boot up your OG Xbox for some of your favorite OG Xbox and 360 titles, which is pretty freaking awesome.
Who's going to want to boot up the fucking OG Xbox these days?
Hey,
you know what I mean, Jacob?
You're speaking a mouth of truth there, brother. I mean,
got to do what?
Nobody wants to hook up all their three systems to play them.
No,
you don't need. Fair enough. You don't need to. But end of the day, we don't give a fuck because we've got all these new gen games coming out. You know what I mean? They're just there, aren't they?
I'll be honest. A lot of people on Twitter. I mean, they
and it makes money.
They like. Oh my god, this is so important. But at the end of the day, honestly, how many of us guys, Xbox guys, actually play the OG title? I mean, honestly, on a day-to-day basis.
Panzer Dragoon, that's it.
Yeah, I'm happy for the option, but I'm being a realist. And most of us, we don't go back that far, but at least we have the option. With Sony, you don't got that option.
What about you, Indy baby? Do you play any OG games on Xbox?
Not OG, but there's some 360 games which are because obviously the 360 was such a strong generation. There's some games on there which are absolute gems in my opinion, like Dead Space and BioShock, and they're just worth having, in my opinion, to go back to sometimes. But for the most part, it's we haven't got the time in our lives.
Hell no, Andy.
We don't have the time.
It's there's definitely
you've got to lock the wife in the cupboard, put the kids in the fucking in the shed. Just to get a bit of peace.
It's good to have the option. Yeah, exactly. But it's good to have, like I say, I mean, Dead Space and BioShock are two of my favorite games.
Dead Space, I love Dead Space.
Period, basically. So yeah, they're good to go back to for sure.
Dante's Inferno, I love that game.
Yes, but otherwise, it's just hard to fit in everything at the moment as it is, really.
Well, at the end of the day, if you haven't played Half-Life 2, play the fucker. You know, that's all I'm saying.
There is one game actually that I do want to see come out on 360 backwards compatible, but I don't think it will because of the licensing, which is Dirt 2. But they've got Dirt 3, but no Dirt 2.
Yeah, I agree, indeed. Dirt 2 is probably one of the best Dirts out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a really good game, actually, which I'd love to see that come, but I don't know. I might be licensing issues on that one, I don't know. But
I don't know why, because it was on Games with Windows Live.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, because I completed the fucker. I got 1,000 G out of it.
Yeah, so it's awesome. That's one of my best racing.
It's unique compared to the others, isn't it? Dirt 1 was just a fiasco.
Yeah, and then Dirt 3 went a bit too trying too much with like the Jim Carter.
Had nice tunes on it though.
Yeah.
Hey Daz, you ever play F1 2018?
Well, not unless you're going to game gift, mate. I played 13, 14, 15. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. All the same shit, aren't they?
I just picked up 2018. It was $35.
But how much?
$35.
I'll wait for a gold deal, mate. I'll get it for fucking tenner.
It was on gold deal.
You know, it'll go down in price. Don't you worry. Right, anyway, with Halloween around the corner, the wife's birthday, by the way. Yeah, get the jokes in now. Do it. Because she's not watching.
No more beer. No more beer.
No more beer. I had to have beer because she looked like an Halloween witch. But I'm only joking. Anyway, Game Pass have dropped a few additions to the fucking club, including Dead Island, Definite Edition.
Nice.
Outcast, Hello Neighbour, and Observer. Hello Neighbour and Observer I've not played at all. But what do you guys think of the new games added, and which ones have you played?
Huge Dead Island fan. So that to anyone who hasn't played that and you're trying to take advantage of that $9.99 a month, I would definitely check it out. I mean, well, again, you put a zombie in a game, I'm pretty much first or second line behind.
Yeah, put Monkey Baby in the game, you're fucking well away.
Right?
Oh yeah.
I think that Hello Neighbor, I got that. God, I got that as a review copy from.
Nice.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The game is what you think it is. It's definitely for kids. You know, they say it's not. They say it's for adults.
My nephew loves it.
I played it with the family. It's definitely a fun game. It's categorized as horror. I don't know where they're coming up with that one either. But you know, I think that Game Pass continues to be active. I think that they're putting games in there. I think you have to look at it this way. I'm almost certainly sold on the fact that I bought the 12-month subscription. It was on sale right after E3. I got it for $59.99 for 12 months. It was a half-price sale. Great deal. If I can do that again in June, July of this year, I will re-up, because for $59 to have that library of games is great. But realistically, if my Game Pass runs out and I don't see that offer anywhere in sight, I'm not. There's no way. No way I would pay $9.99 a month or $120 or $100 for the full year. Because
I must admit, Mooch.
Yes.
I've got like 500 games which I own.
Right.
I've got Game Pass, and I ain't touched Game Pass for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't touch Game Pass at all. Well, I don't, because to be honest with you, again, it goes back to the old games thing. Like, that is an amazing. I think Game Pass is an amazing service. I really do, but I don't think it's necessarily. And anybody on this panel can make a case to go against it. But I don't think it's really for anybody on this show or anybody that kind of does any kind of gaming news at all. Because, I mean, realistically, again, you're playing what's the newest and greatest and latest and greatest games that are out there. And, I mean, are you guys all going to put everything down, right? Even with my highly recommended Dead Island talk, are you going to put everything down to go and be like, no, honey, no, not tonight. Put the Odyssey away.
Is Dead Island?
Mooch said Dead Island. I'm going back 6 years because of him. No, you're not.
I'm going to remember that. Babe, put your fucking Odyssey away. Not tonight, baby.
That's right. Honey, put it down. No, I think what it comes down to is this is a great service. This is great for the public. Now, the other side of it is that Microsoft, I think, is doing an awful job of advertising it. If you go up to somebody and say, quickly, you go up to the water cooler or the coffee pot at work and you go, Game Pass, they'll be, God bless you. Nobody has any idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, once again, their marketing has dropped the ball with this. This is a fantastic service, and they need
It's a fantastic. Listen, all my friends that have Xbox at work and I talk to that are not involved with the world that we all exist in here in the gaming community, they would absolutely love this service. But you know who's selling it to them? Me.
Yeah, and you're not getting a dime.
Like, what the hell is that? So I mean,
who does the marketing for Xbox? Who does?
Well, I'll be honest with you. If they want me, as long as they pay for my flight out there, I'll take care of my other accommodations. But my point is that I think that they're missing the boat. They're missing the boat. They're doing everything on grassroots. They're doing everything on YouTube. Right. And that's not good enough. And if you don't believe me, anybody that watched the NFL this weekend, or if you watched The Walking Dead, Red Dead Redemption was everywhere.
Yep.
So you can't sit here and tell me that TV's dead when Red Dead and PlayStation commercials were on from Sunday at 8 a.m. because it was a 9:30 game here in New York because of the London game, all the way until the end of the night on multiple channels. So when Aaron Greenberg comes out and he's like, we feel that, TV isn't doing what TV used to. Listen, stop that nonsense. Basically everywhere from the Midwest over East, it's freaking freezing 9 months out of the year. We watch TV, and there's lots of Europe that are cold too. We're not all rollerblading in January.
If they want TV, everyone will be running around like headless chicken thinking, what the fuck am I going to do?
I think strategically, Xbox doesn't do it because of the price.
Probably.
Which to me is a kind of an L. They have to, if they, especially, they're gearing up, they're getting back to their roots, and this is a reset moment, supposedly with XO. You got to start.
Thank God.
You got to start looking into things like that, and television, movies, start of the movies, that type of stuff is still relevant. I mean, you look at what Spider-Man did and how God of War, what they did with the LA Staples Center.
Yeah, and Spider-Man with the subway.
The subway. That
makes news. It's in newspapers. It's everywhere.
Xbox has an excellent new commercial about Jump In.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that should be actively on TV.
Yes.
I'm with Mooch. There's always over the top too media, but there's still people who are sitting on their couches in the cold, watching TV, and that's not going to change for a long time. I think that when Aaron says that, I think that's kind of him trying to,
It's the West Coast mentality, Tim, and I'm not saying necessarily
I
they're
think
wrong.
It's money too. I think it's like they look at the money and they say, "Oh, well, we could do so much more." But to me, if you want impact, you got to still stay on TV.
I'll tell you something. Sorry to interrupt. I'll tell you something that made me fucking laugh today. Yeah, at work, no TV, but on the radio there was advertising Red Dead Redemption 2 on the fucking radio.
Crazy.
So all you guys at work listen to the radio and then you'll hear the advertisements.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, everybody's talking about, during the winter months.
Who asked you, Jago? Who asked you?
well, during the winter months, we're sitting at home and, we're not rollerblading like Moot said, but let's be honest. We all work. We all go to, us old school guys, we grew up with TV. I come home from work, I do construction for a living. I come home from work, I'm tired. So I'm sitting my ass down. I'm not going out to the fucking gym after I worked out all day.
Are you going surfing or rollerblading?
Yeah. No.
He's going rollerblading.
I'm coming home and I'm sitting down. I'm watching TV because I grew up with TV.
You're not putting your console in a backpack and going to your friend's house like
I'm putting my.
Have you got a Switch, Jago?
I'm putting my non-existent Switch in my backpack and going to a rooftop movie.
Ask anybody in New York the last time they were on a roof. The last time a New Yorker was on a roof is when the other 99 were on fire.
Hey, I've got a fucking Wi-Fi signal here. Let's game on, boys.
Nobody does that. Realistically, and don't get me wrong, I agree with Tim too. I do think that they're trying to utilize the money differently. But right now, we're hearing that they get this blank check. And don't get me wrong, listen, anybody, we're all adults here. We all understand that when they say that, of course, it does not mean a bottomless pit. Everything still has a budget. But realistically, whatever they're spending certain money on that they're seeing isn't working. I got news for you. You want to know what's not working? The Forza Horizon inside Xbox, where they had those the B level
stars
celebrities come on there and get hit with chocolate milk for an hour and a half. How about you take that money? Yeah. Those guys were all getting anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to show up on stage. Okay,
let's be honest. They had never played a game in their life either.
How about getting me on there and show them how to fucking race a car? You know what I mean?
It probably cost them about $1 million and a half to do about 2 commercials during Monday Night Football when it's Giants Cowboys. Play on a Game Pass thing there instead of having you know what I mean? Instead of having Taylor Swift get hit with marshmallows and chocolate milk. I don't
get without a string.
And I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think they're. Sometimes I just think they're not listening. And man, let me tell you. Years ago, when you say they're not listening, okay, I give them a pass. But for crying out loud, there's 65,000 podcasts a night with people who actually give a shit. Maybe tune into one. Get an idea. Listen, coming from a mooch, You couldn't cheat off of a better test taker in the world. You got the gamers out there doing shows every night telling you what to do. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people, myself included, some of my ideas they don't work. I get it. But realistically, there's a lot of great ideas out there. And, I don't understand why they're not listening to some of them.
You have to look at it. Wait, you have to look at it like this. Mooch, you made a good point. On Monday Night Football, think about this for a second.
Yeah.
It's mostly watched by dudes, right? It's probably a high percentage, right? Yeah. And a lot of like those mid-20s, early 30s, that guys that are watching
the spring chickens,
right? Well, they enjoy car games.
Yeah.
If you put Forza Horizon 4 as the lead to Xbox Game Pass, $9.99 a month, you're gonna move some software.
Yes, somebody's gonna say, "Wow, 100 games, 100+ games for $9.99 for the month." Or maybe you know what? Maybe they'll do. Here's even something better. Maybe they won't order it that night, but you know what they will do? They'll take their phone out while they're at their local bar or home, and it's on their coffee table. They pull their phone out and they type into Google Xbox Game Pass, and then they read about it and they think about it. Or maybe they tell someone else about it that's got a kid their age. They have kids that are, 5 and 10. They have neighbors. They're like, hey, have you heard about this Xbox Game Pass? No, what's that? Then the grassroots starts to work for you. But you got to put it out there. These people that are watching Monday Night Football and watching the what is it called there? Walking Dead, they're not necessarily all going to turn around at the water cooler on Monday and be like, hey, so what's this Xbox Game Pass thing I saw on my son's dashboard yesterday while he was playing Fortnite? Nobody says that.
No.
I mean, that's my biggest thing, Moose. The whole grassroots marketing thing. We'll let social media do our marketing for us. That's fucking a terrible idea.
Why is Coca-Cola and Pepsi still paying $25 million for a Super Bowl ad for 35 seconds?
Exactly.
We don't know
what the fuck's Diet Coke. What's that about?
You have to stay relevant. You got to pay for that.
Sony has done the old school marketing in this generation, the PlayStation 4 generation, and it has worked for them.
Sony was on TV yesterday from 8 in the morning Sunday morning, all the way through the evening into The Walking Dead on a different channel, and then again on Monday Night Football. I saw more Red Dead Redemption 2 commercials than I could shake a stick at. It's unbelievable. And I mean, that's what there's people that were out watching the game with us, and they're out there, and you know what they're saying? They're like, hey, they're like, dude, they're like, I know you're in the games. They're like, is this going to be big? I'm like, actually, it's probably going to be game of the year. Really, dude, I haven't bought a game in a while. Maybe I will pick it up. I mean, that's what it is. That's where the conversation strikes. This is why they do all this marketing and this research. And
a lot of people like talk shit about Sony because they're still stuck in the past with a lot of things, but they're still doing the marketing like they did with the PS3 era, the PS2 era, the way that we all want to see Microsoft do it. And guess what? It has worked for Sony. They put it in your face. They put it on YouTube. They put it on TV. They put it on radio.
Yeah.
I mean, Microsoft is like grassroots marketing. We don't need to do marketing. And
have any of you guys seen the Taco Bell commercial? I haven't seen it. Have you seen it on TV?
I heard it's awesome.
Yeah,
I live in the UK, so no, I am. Yeah, you got to fucking YouTube that shit and send me the link.
I haven't seen it. Mooch, I have not seen it.
I saw it once. I did see it once. I don't remember if it was on Sunday through football, but I did see it. But that should be paid a lot more. I only saw that one I saw Red Dead, like every single commercial break was Red Dead Redemption. I'm like, holy shit.
You know where I learned about that, Mooch? The Taco Bell thing was Twitter.
Yeah, it was Twitter, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I saw it on air.
That's where I saw it. I'm like, holy shit! Taco Bell's giving away another console.
Tim, are they doing TV with that?
I don't know. Like I said, their TV output has been horrible.
Yeah, I thought the old Taco Bell commercial they did on TV. I know that.
I think
you got it at the cinema and at the fucking radio. That's it.
I think they have to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Taco Bell is on TV, but you look. Remember when they used to have the Halo 5, and it was all on Walking Dead premieres and stuff like that. So, I don't. I'm with you, Mooch. They got to get over this this deal where they're just doing only on internet and Twitter and.
It's ridiculous.
You got to, especially with Game Pass, Game Pass has gotten a lot of traction. I have to say.
Yeah.
You could say it could get even more traction with proper marketing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
right now,
exactly.
it got great traction with the hardcore. There's a lot of hardcore, but like almost everybody I do podcasting with, and they're all hardcore gamers. They get all the games when they come out all the time. And guess what? They all have Game Pass. Now, I'm wondering if they're doing that because they wanted to try it the first year, see what's going on. But like realistically, like, I mean, Tim, do you have Game Pass right now?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, are you two questions?
Tim, have you got an extra code?
Are you utilizing it with your family, and are you going to re-up it?
Yeah, I like the fact that you get games like I said earlier. Humans Fall Flat.
Yeah,
I never really buy that. It's there. I like
point.
it. Plus,
yeah, it's a game. It's a game in there that you'd probably never have played before unless it was in the Game Pass.
Exactly.
That's the reason why they have games that you never played that you wouldn't buy.
Yeah, so for me, it's a go. I think it's a great service, and it also sometimes, if I'm having a tough week, I can just get the exclusive on the pass, and then in 2 days, on Friday or whatever.
Yeah,
pay
exactly.
It up,
Your fucking fridge breaks down, your cooker breaks down. I can't afford to buy the fucking game. Oh yeah, $9.99 a month, fucking bargain. Yeah, I can. Awesome.
That's where it really makes itself.
Yeah.
An amazing the proposition is the new games for me.
Have you guys seen a Game Pass commercial? I've never have.
I've seen one or two, and I've seen it on obviously on
I've
YouTube.
seen it on Twitter.
Well, that's like Twitter. That's the problem. I'm talking about like on TV, which
I miss Jago.
because I'm like I say, I watch Arrow, I watch Flash, I watch DC Legends of Tomorrow, I watch Supernatural. I watch Ghost Adventures, which is on I can't remember the channel, but I mean, what little time I got, I try to split between video games and TV, and you don't see any Microsoft commercials. You'll see PlayStation in your face everywhere, but I don't.
I may get some flack for this, Jago, but I kind of miss their marketing strategy for television, anyways, at the beginning of the generation, because they were kind of aggressive, with the initial Xbox.
I've got some right deja vu going on here.
Yeah, because
you ain't getting no flack from me, brother. No, you ain't.
No, but they had some. No, but they had some like really good commercials there. Remember with like Titanfall and everything. They had
you bring your Titan to work. Fuck yeah!
They had some. Yeah, they had some really good commercials. Like the first year or two. Like I even remember seeing Sunset Overdrive when it was first coming out. Like and the commercials on TV.
What was it? Rise Son of Rome commercials.
Rise Son of Rome. Yeah. Like I used to see that so much more, and of course Halo 5 when it came out, and then it kind of died out, and then they started doing the whole grassroots thing, which is fine, but you kind of have to attack it from all angles. You can't just go into it.
Do both.
Just one way. Yeah, you can't just leave out because a lot of casual people, they're not gonna like go into like the same sites that we are. They're not gonna, watch the same YouTube videos, go to Twitter. They're gonna, watch a TV show, and then, oh, hey, while they're grabbing the popcorn or something, they come back. Oh, hey, there's there's a commercial or beer.
Well, grassroots commercials or grassroots, they're thinking on that. Grassroots, it's the same thing as word of mouth. But if you don't talk to the guy you work with or the 10 guys you work with, about anything because you're at work and you hate work and you're ready to get home. I mean, there's nobody passing the information. Let's be honest, the whole standing by a water cooler thing. I mean, yes, that
I'll say this. My old man, like he doesn't know anything about video games, but there was a commercial for Red Dead on the other day. And of course, it has PlayStation advertising, and like he was just like thrilled. He's like, "Oh my god, that looks so cool!" But because he's an old school guy, he doesn't really go on the internet. He just, TV is his main form of entertainment. And like of course he's like, "Oh, that looks so cool. Hey, have you heard of this?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course. It's Red Dead Redemption." But of course, it's coming out soon. But like again, like believe it or not, a lot of people aren't aware of it, and they see it through TV first, right? Like you
would hope.
I suppose it also depends in which country you're in as well. What adverts you see and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Forza Horizon 4, for example. In the UK, we've seen no fucking advertisements whatsoever.
Wow. You know I haven't seen any here either, Daz. Not really. Maybe one or two.
No.
That's it.
I mean, are you Game Passing it, Jago?
Of course I am.
Cheapskate.
I am too.
But it's a fantastic game, though, and I'm not a racing fan.
I'll definitely buy it when it comes down, and I'll have it in like the collection.
I'd rather buy it than put it on. Get it in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because to be honest with you should have got the Ultimate Edition when it first come out because you get all the fucking expansions and all that shit. You know what I mean? Car passes and that. Which on Forza Horizon 3 you didn't. So
I got the ultimate upgrade thing, and that's sorted me out for all of that stuff. But yeah, so go Jago, sorry.
No, I can't afford to buy everything, guys. I mean, so Game
Pass,
I can't. I mean, I pick my battles where I can win. So I'm not a racing fan, so I got Game Pass. That's how I play Sea of Thieves. I never bought Sea of Thieves physical, but I actually enjoy that when I'm there. Is it you play it like 2 weeks in a row?
Like it's all, you play it like it's all. You play it like it's all.
No, you go into it. I'm like Crap Gamer and Mooch. You know, you enjoy it the time you're there. But I mean, that's how I'm able to play that and Forza Horizon 4 and Ashen, hopefully, and anything that comes there. But I read that. I want to get that, but I don't think I'm able to pick that up. # mooching if you want to send me a copy.
Fuck you, mooching. I'm mooching that shit. You're not getting it. I'm getting it.
No, I'm getting it.
But I am day one on Resident Evil 2 remake. I am with Boom all day long. It looks amazing. I am day one on Anthem. But yeah, if you want to send me Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, Jago, shut the fuck up. I'm getting that. You're not. Bollocks. You know what I mean? Right. I'm going to fuck 2 topics off because we've gone on to 2 hour mark already. I'm going to go out with one last topic, yeah? Right. With the release of all these mini fucking consoles making a comeback, are they a cash grab or are they worth their money? Personally, to me, I think they're overpriced. You know what I mean? And you can play all this shit free on the PC in emulators.
True. Yeah. You're right about that.
So
I don't think that PlayStation is worth the money. I know that.
No, I don't think any of these minis are worth it. What's your thoughts on this? Mooch baby, mini consoles, the fucking new ones. Do you care about them? Do you give a fuck?
No, man. I mean, listen. This kind of. I'm glad you brought this up as the last topic, because it all kind of falls in line with what we're talking about. It's nostalgia, right? People are willing to pay ridiculous amounts of money for nostalgia. Look, I went and got the mini SNES, so I'm guilty as charged. But realistically, I came home, I hooked it up, I played what was it there? Super Castlevania.
Yeah, limited games.
I played Contra 3, and I was done. That was it. So I spent $89. I got this neat little miniature SNES that is really nothing more than a trophy on your shelf at this point. Yeah. Like again, I'm certainly not gonna I'm not gonna not play Left 4 Dead in 4K and put that aside because to go back even further and play something that's 8 pixels. So I mean, pretty soon we're actually gonna go and buy one of those small things that has the marble in it, and you got to keep turning it until it falls in the hole in the middle. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you remember that? Yeah, I remember that.
I honestly do. That's funny.
I can't wait until we go back and get the nostalgic shadow puppets that are coming out later, where you use your thumb and index finger to do an entire show. I mean, how far back are we gonna go before we're like, come on, Mooch, get a hold of yourself? Old things and old games are meant to be remembered. They certainly are in your memory because they were a lot more fun when they came out in your age.
What also makes you the gamer you are today.
Yes, it does. It has. That's correct, you can. I completely agree with you on that. It does make the person that you are today and the type of gamer you are and the genres that you lean towards. But realistically, I'm not playing Super Contra tonight. It's not happening. Does anybody else want to get together and play Secrets of Mana? Maybe we'll talk about it. No, you didn't.
All right, we'll get right on that.
Off the show. I don't know. I think that's my whole
Tin Dog, awesome. I certainly fucking agree with you, Mooch. Right, Tin Dog, bro. These mini fucking consoles, rip off. nostalgia or collector's item, whatever. What do you think, bro?
For me, it's a ripoff, but for overall, I think that I'm into free market. So if what I don't like is somebody else's treasure, albeit. I think it's getting a little overdone. I think with Sony, it's a little bit of a joke because of what Xbox, in its space, what Xbox is providing with backwards compatibility,
exactly.
And now they're pushing that out. So for me, I don't really have a problem with it, but depends on who the company is. Like in the case of Sony, I think it's kind of cheesy because they could, if they really wanted to, push out a software solution emulation that can give their gamers the best backwards compatibility that they can get, like Xbox One has, and they should strive for that. But you're gonna have these money makers, and you're gonna have these things that they're gonna sell like hotcakes. So why not?
Yeah, they just want the money.
Yeah, it's about money,
they
but
want the money. They don't care about the software update. They just want.
Don't care about the consumers either. It's all about the fucking money, monkey baby.
Yeah, that's all it is about. It's like Tim said. They could just put it in the system, but they want to sell it separate. They want you to spend that extra $100 on that shit.
It's like, why the fuck? Yeah, what would I want to go out and buy a fucking SNES Mini with 20 games or something on it when the entire library of games are only 700 odd megabytes, which I can put on my PC and run off an emulator.
Yeah, they know they have
for fuck all. It's bullshit.
Bother bringing it.
Let's be honest. The whole retro these mini consoles are for the not in the know video game, like casual fans, like they play these.
Well, no, because if you're a new generation gamer, why the fuck would you want to go play Super Mario World when all this fucking new shit's out?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. These mini consoles are for people that are not in the know, like all of us
they're trying to cash grab us old school gamers. That's what they're trying to do.
It's for the guys our age. The guys our age.
Your age, Joe. Your age.
Well, okay, your age too, Daz.
I'm only 21.
And you're older. But no. These things are for the soccer moms that walk into like a GameStop or something and have a memory of playing maybe Super Mario Brothers, and then or whatever, and they stop playing video games. This is only for those type of people. Yes, us hardcore fans are going to pick it up because we're in the know and we play video games. We started playing video games as a kid and we haven't stopped. But honestly, these are for just those type of consumers, and they get the extra sales, which hardcore video games fans are what bolsters those sales. But
well, I'll tell you, Jago. Yeah, to a collector, I get it.
Yeah.
But,
I'm just gonna put it on my shelf and forget about it.
I got the NES Mini, and I played it like twice, and I'm like,
I don't understand people who I don't understand people who buy a fucking game that they already own in a sealed case and put it on the shelf and just look at it. What is the fucking point in that?
This is like looking at a box of cereal that they bought.
Yeah, stinky baby, I'm calling you out because you're not on the show tonight. You say you're ill, you're too busy shagging your missus. I know what you're fucking doing, yeah? I'm not fucking stupid. Since you got with her, you have been on no podcast.
Damn, you said it.
Fucking, yeah, not fucking stupid, stinky baby. Anyway, you know what I mean? Yes.
No, the mini consoles are for the casual consumer, but us hardcore guys still buy it and support it, which makes it like successful.
I'm an hardcore guy, Jago, but I will not go out and buy a mini when I can just download an emulator on a PC and fucking download the ROM.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that doesn't know that, Dad.
Well,
honestly,
nothing Google can't sort out.
There's a lot of casual video game fans do not know that.
If you're not mentally fucking deranged, you can't type in emulators fucking games on the Google. You fucked, aren't you?
These mini consoles are not meant for us. They're meant for them. Like there's a lot of people don't understand. You can
No, Jacob. They're meant for us as well because they think they're going to bring you back into the nostalgia.
I was saying we're gonna support it, but I mean a lot of people don't understand. You can.
It's like look at you, Jacob. You've got your 1-up arcade one machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you have got that? That's a nostalgia drug, isn't it? You've got that. It's the same principle, bro.
I got it. But there's a lot of people don't understand too. You can download emulators on your phone and play Super Nintendo, Genesis, and all this. But a lot of people, it's a nostalgia thing, bro. They go for that casual fucking audience. That's all they're going for.
It's a novelty, you know.
Yes, a novelty.
You got to remember.
That's all it is.
There's going to be a 25-year-old. A 30-year-old, a 40-year-old that remembers getting their first NES when they were 15.
Yep, and they stopped playing video games.
And they don't play games anymore,
exactly.
Right? There are a huge, a tremendous amount of the populace that have their professional lives that don't play games even casually. They're going to see this advertising and say, oh my God, look at that. A mini NES. I had that when I was a kid, and they're gonna drop the $60 and say, and that's probably gonna be the first video game money they've spent in 10 years.
The 20 shittiest games ever, not the ones you actually want.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Some of again, it really comes down to the gamer. The games that are picked are strategically picked to appeal to a wide range. You know, you get your Marios in there, and
the casual audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Invader, but go Vader, go. That's asking.
Yeah, for sure. Like, in my opinion, I do believe these things are cash grabs, especially when Nintendo first came out and everybody, with the NES Mini, and then every company on Earth saw, oh wow, they're like really banking on this, and then it's one of those things where I like the idea of it because it is kind of cool in the concept and as a collector as well. Like I can see different parts of it being attractive to some people, but at the same time, I'm kind of spoiled in a way because as an Xbox gamer, I get, backwards compatibility, right? And I really appreciate something like that. I wish that these companies would actually just build up more of their catalogs, their gaming catalogs like that, and just be able to take their games with you, kind of like how Xbox is starting to do all that. And me personally, I just kind of hate clutter too. I already have an NES, I already have like all the original classic systems. Like I could just play out a lot of these games as they are. So I don't want to have to rebuy this, and you only get a certain selection of games too. You can't add on to them. There's only a certain handful of them there that they pre-select for you, and I just wish that they would just release everything on their stores. Upgrade their stores and just make it more accessible that way. I want to play it on the current hardware, not miniaturized hardware that they're selling for an extortionate amount of price.
Which you can't even open the fucking lid to put a fucking disc in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
you've got a mini SNES, but you can't put a cartridge in. What is the point?
Yeah, exactly. And I just maybe it's just me, but it's just at the same time, I want to take I want to. These things are kind of cool in concept, but they're way too much money for what they are. Especially if you look at PlayStation, for example, they're not even. I don't even think they've released the official the entirety of their list for their lineup too. And that thing's coming out soon, isn't it? The PlayStation 1 Mini.
Already?
Yeah,
they've only unveiled 5 games.
Yeah, exactly. Which, why not just, unveil everything now? I mean, it's hard to imagine them not finalizing anything. So,
it's funny
to me,
you say catalogs, Invader, because it's the same. And for us older guys, we all looked at the what was it?
Speak for yourself, Jago.
Sears Christmas Wish book back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what they're going for. Us older guys, but the casuals at the same time. I mean. I mean,
I don't know. To me, they're just overpricing everything. I wish that they would just build up more of their online networks. Like Sony's guilty of this, especially. I got to point the fingers at Nintendo here. They like really got to clean up their act on their online and get stuff going on their end because that's something that would be attractive to me. Like they have a really like awesome back catalog there, and I just I want to like explore that, but let me do that on my Switch or let me do that on my PS4. Yeah, and then let me take it with me, like with backwards compatibility and so on.
Yeah, it made a perfect sort of set of games to go onto the Switch because the Switch could do with that. And I've actually got a Switch. I'm actually really disappointed with it, to be honest. I'm probably going to
kick him off the podcast.
Jacob, shut the fuck up.
I'm just kidding. No, to be honest, all the time I'm on it, I'm thinking, why aren't I playing on the Xbox? So it's like, again, that just sort of leads into the same with regards to these consoles that they release, and it's obviously a cash grab. They release them just before Christmas. They're trying to cash in on that for Christmas presents. So people maybe who don't know, they buy it for their partner who's a gamer or whatever. Oh, look at this lovely, this bit of nostalgia. You used to play it or whatever. But yeah, everyone's said it pretty much amazingly. So I am really tempted by it myself because I do always look back.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Don't do it, gamer.
I do look back, sort of, and I'm sort of like, I love that era. I love the Saturn,
Exactly. The Saturn, Indie Gamer, the Saturn, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do. And like I was going to say, the N64, which is probably next on their list, isn't it? Hasn't actually been announced, has it? The N64.
Yeah, I want a Sega Dreamcast Mini. That would be awesome.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll definitely buy that.
Yeah, I've still got a Dreamcast actually.
We don't need to. You can get it off the internet, monkey baby. Fucking emulators. If you've got a bit of brain power, you know how to use it. Download the ROMs and bang it on, and off you go.
I always throw my bananas. I don't know where to throw them.
Yeah, fuck your bananas. Oh my god, honestly. Yeah, no, end of the day, it is a fucking cash grab. You know what I mean? You can get all this shit for fuck all on a PC. It's just a money con. Yeah. If you're a collector, fair enough. You know what I mean?
Just get the real thing though, wouldn't you? If you know what I mean. If you're a collector, you probably buy
exactly. You already own them. You already own the SNES, the Mega Drive, the fucking Saturn, the fucking
some of that stuff is expensive to this day, even if you want to get that.
Monkey, you always sound like you're in space when you're talking. I so much of bananas.
My headset is broken, so I don't have any headsets, Daz.
Okay. Well, again, like Daz, what's the point of like getting a console that can only play like 20 games and you can't even select what games that you want?
Exactly. There's no point. It's like you can go on the PC, you can download the SNES entire library at like 800 meg.
Yeah.
That's all the games, and the emulator is only like 30 odd.
I got all my Xbox One, Daz.
My whole point is choice, though. Like as a consumer, I want choice in what I can select, and they're not really giving me that much. It's like if I only get like 19, 20 games, or 30.
Yeah, it's
I mean, okay. At first, it's like, okay, maybe, I might like some of them, but it shouldn't have to be like that. Just let me choose. If they got such an extensive back catalog, why not?
Yeah, it's like the fucking Sega one, the Sega Genesis one that come out on the fucking Xbox, like, I don't know, a couple of months ago or something, yeah? The Genesis collection, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. You get all these games on it, but you haven't played half of them, and you don't give a fuck about half of them. But with an emulator, you can pick and choose what you want to play.
And you know what? I've heard a lot of people champion like an Xbox original console, and at first I'm like, okay, maybe that's like cool, but like we already have backwards compatibility. It's like, okay, well, I get to play all my old games for bloody free. That's awesome. I don't have to like buy $100 console. I don't have to invest in anything else. I just have to invest in the game. And if you already have them, which a few of us still do, if I could pull out my MechAssault right now, like that'd be disc. But then you still have the option of paying like $10 to buy these old games, which that's not too bad.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is
but when they're still charging $20 or £20 for certain games, that's a bit of a piss take when they're that old. They
want $20 for Orange Box.
But hey, anyway, I can't be asked to go over any other topics. We've gone 2 hours, so that'll fucking do, won't it? You know,
Beer. It's you.
Awesome.
Beer time.
Yeah, you know it, Tin Dog, baby. Let's do it.
Crazy gamer Chloe says American swearing is so funny. Fuck yeah.
We'll go with Crazy first, and that's his first podcast with Rockerman crew. Indie Gaming, where can we find you, bro?
Yeah, you throw me off then. Sorry, can you come back to me if you wouldn't mind?
Fuck you then. Monkey baby. Apart from munching your bananas, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Monkey Baby, at Michael Lugo, or you can find me on Xbox, the same name as Monkey Punch, and on PlayStation, and on the DazCast. When Daz actually sent me a DM and sent me an.
It was the DazCast DM, you dickhead.
I sent you a DM, Monkey. I got
it from you, Jacob. I was looking at all the DM.
Too busy smoking that weed.
Too much beer, Daz.
Fuck off. Don't blame me for this. Right, Monkey Baby, I ain't got a clue what he's doing. Right, Jago Baby, where can we find you, bro? Let's show Monkey Baby how you do it.
Oh, you can find me on the Game Doses podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday nights with that great crew with Invader and Glitcher and Primal Eve and Proto Foxy and motherfucking Noof and boom! Miss Noof Nookums in the room. You can find me on the DazCast. I say it wrong every time.
Fuck's sake, Jacob! DazCast!
Yeah, you told me.
DazCast! Okay, DazCast. When we once a month, when we do it. Thank God this show is back. It's so fun. You can find me on
I'm just glad it's once a month because she caused me too much stress.
You can find me on the WDFC, which stands for Who the Fuck Cares, with Fastback, Super Cooper, good God, Daz, and I'm missing somebody. Adam Bomb Baby. Yep.
Witty, basically.
Witty. And you can find me on Twitter and Xbox and YouTube at Jago Kukin. And you can find me on PlayStation at my old gamer tag because Sony fucking sucks with that. Thank you, Sony. At Tuscany34. And you can, like I said, find me on Twitter. I'm there. I tweet what I want to tweet. I don't try to be an asshole. I try to be a good guy. I kind of like Boom. I don't get into drama. But if you bring drama to me, I will fucking shut you down. Thank you.
That's awesome, Jago, but I forgot I'm asking next because you went on that long. Right, Tin Dog Baby, where can we find you, bro? Thanks for coming on the show, much appreciated.
Yes,
Great
sir. Thank you, Tim Dog.
Thank you, guys. Great show. Great people. Like I said, known all of you from Twitter for a long time. I'll come back on again, I'm sure.
Awesome.
You can find me on Twitter, basically Beastfire Tim Dog at Beastfire Tim Dog. That is my same gamer tag as my Twitter is the same gamer tag on Xbox. On PlayStation now, barring that I don't get a virus, I will change my name to the same. So just keep that in mind. At Beastfire Tim Dog, and thank you guys, and thanks everyone.
Pleasure appreciate you hanging with us, Tim Dog, man. It was great, man. I never podcasted with you before. It's great, brother.
Sounds like great guy.
No, much appreciated, Tim Dog.
Thank you.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Mr. Boomstick, my brother from another mother.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah,
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Boomstick XL. DMs are open to all. And if you're interested, give my YouTube channel a check. Double Barrel Gaming. I do 2 live shows weekly. And you probably dig what I'm talking about because I don't play any games. I don't take sides. And I do speak the truth.
Yep. I feel too, Boom.
Awesome.
Indie Gamer. Indie game.
Hey, I'm ready.
Ready? Are you sure?
I am.
Come on, indie gamer, put it out there. Come on, brother.
Jago, shut the fuck up. Not indie, bro. You did good for your first podcast, bro. You did good.
Guys. It's been amazing.
Promote himself.
Thanks so much for bearing with me for a bit. You know, you're all amazing. Like, I watch you all the time, and it's weird to be on with you, and amazing. Treat to be on with you, basically. You're awesome, all of you.
Quit stalking me, Andy.
I know, I can't help it.
Jacob, shut the fuck up. Let him speak.
So basically, if you want to find me, I'm on Twitter at indie_gamer_01. So if you want to drop over there and give me a follow, that would be awesome. And I've also got a little tiny YouTube channel at this current time,
which is in the description.
Which is in the description. Thank you very much. Yes, there's just the link down below if you want to follow over to there. That would be much appreciated. Very, it's low key at the moment, trying to build up. So any support would be massively appreciated.
If you overtake me, I'll just fucking fire you. I've been working on this shit for years.
Thanks so much, though, Daz. It's been amazing to be on. You're an awesome guy, and it's been a blast, as I say. Thank you.
Hey, cheers, bro. Don't think nothing about it. Moochie, baby.
Yes, sir.
Where can we find you, bro?
We've got a full week of Mooch, so if you're tired of it,
yes.
Too bad. We've got tomorrow, I'll be on Xbox Nation. We've got that on Craft's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got the M&C show, which will be on my channel, the Mooch 78, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and Crossfire, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going straight through. We're doing a Mooch marathon. And I'm hoping, actually, believe it or not, Friday night or Saturday, good amount of it, I'll be streaming some Red Dead, talking some games, and doing a little new stuff with hopefully getting my video out. I'm trying to get one of my first videos out, being edited and commented on and played and the whole nine. It'll be a Mooch production, okay? Starring Mooch.
Awesome.
Directed by Mooch. Approved by Mooch.
20,000 thumbs down.
So, looking forward to it, Mooch.
Honestly, thanks for having me on here, guys. I appreciate it. Jago's good to hang out. Invader.
Yes, sir.
Good to see Monkey Punch on here and UK. And it was good to see the indie gamer out there doing his first thing, man. The first day is never easy. I remember my first time behind the microphone. It's not an easy
You did well, Indy.
You did good. The best way to get better at it is just keep podcasting, keep doing it. If you take 2 weeks off, it'll still feel like the first day all over again. So
and you'll be excited to get on to the next one.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
You fucking know it.
Thanks for having me. Senor Bombastic, I will see you Friday morning, buddy.
Yep. Awesome.
Awesome. Cheers, Mooch, bro.
Yeah, cheers.
Right, Invader, bro. Thanks for hosting the show. It's been a fucking blast. Where can we find you, man?
Yeah, no, it was awesome doing this DazCast Invasion on my channel. And thank you for everybody showing up, everybody in the chat, listening in, participating. It was just great having everybody. It was just lit in the chat, and it was great to see just all the friendly chatter going on. Quickly, panel, it was great. Boomstick, always great talking games with you, pal.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Mooch, we've done the panel a couple of times before, and just great talking games with you too. We got a game sometime.
Absolutely.
I know Tim's not here anymore, but it was great talking to Tim Dog as well. Always a very, very enthusiastic Xbox fan. Great having him. And of course everybody else on the panel too. Everybody in the regulars on the DazCast, Monkey Punch, Jago. I know Stinky's not here. But
it's getting late.
Too busy getting some top.
And Indie Gamer, hey buddy, it's
What
happened?
We're all still here. What's up here?
No, he said indie games.
There you go. You've been interesting voice. I hope you get on more. See if we can have you on the game dosage side.
Oh man, that was amazing. I love that show.
Most definitely.
And so you guys, you can find me, of course, on Mondays on the Game Dosage podcast at 9 p.m. on Mondays with my fellow panel member Jago here, Mr. Jago Kukin. And you guys can find me on YouTube at this channel, obviously, Invader Gaming. And of course, I'm very active on Twitter at Invader_1986. And it's just been a really fun time here on the DazCast.
Fucking awesome show tonight. Right, you can find me on Twitter at UK Dazzlers. You can find me on the fucking DazCast, as we're here right now, peeps. You can also find me on Metro Renegades on the Tuesday. Shout out to those guys. I couldn't make it tonight because I had to do it tonight.
Supersonic Station and Graphic Guy.
Apparently he's streaming this show on VR. Big shout out to him.
That.
You know what I mean? So you can always, you can find me on the WDFC Who the Fuck Cares podcast, which is going to go live this Thursday, apparently. And I can't remember where else you can find me because I'm everywhere and I don't give a fuck anyway. I'm done. You know what I mean? Right. Thanks, chat. Much appreciated. Awesome. Thanks to everyone that checks us out later. Thanks to the panel. Much appreciated.